Hey, this is Ross Bain, the role-playing public radio. We're playing Masks of Nyarlathotep. This is the Interlude adventure. This is the adventure is called the Mauritania. We have just finished, or recently we finished the Kenya chapter, as the adventurers, the investigator struck a blow against the cult of Nyarlathotep.
We finished a chapter, so it's time for another Ross Payton Frankenstein session.
Adam's got Glancy. He's advising me on this, so don't hold the blame on me entirely.
Glancy.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's just sitting back there with a bourbon laughing at us from afar.
Pretty much.
From safely within Jumbo's cloud.
So we have Caleb here is going to be a guest player for this adventure.
Hello.
Yes. So we'll start with Omri. So you've had Omri has had a strange couple of, losing track of time.
Anymore.
Yeah. You remember the events of the Sleight of Hand Man, the campaign very well.
My character does.
Your character, yeah. Getting back to Earth, dealing with Mr. Lau at the Peach Blossom restaurant. But then your memories start to get hazy. You remember finding some people in New York who seemed to understand the truth of reality, and they helped you. And they introduced you to some friends who called themselves the Lamplighters. And the Lamplighters tried to put back together your fractured mind at this point.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. And they made some progress, at least to the point where you stopped, screaming and try to stab people.
Blue Book value's way down on that. She's got some city miles.
Yeah. So they, but you, of course, eventually you got to the point where you could, sleep at night, which was a mistake because you had a dream. And this was actually not as dreams go, not too bad. You were in Ulthar again, and you were outside the city gates. And there was Splendid, the cat, but he was looking out at a woman who was asking everyone around for her brother, and that seems to resonate. Something about Darlington. So you introduce yourself to her. And you realize the memories. What do you remember about her brother, Darlington?
Screams. That skin ripping apart doesn't sound like I thought it would sound. Yeah.
All right.
More screams.
Monk punching?
Yes.
Monk's
Remarkable fortitude as he fell down a burning city.
That's true. That wasn't the fatal part. Yeah.
Ragdoll physics.
Yeah.
The last fleeting image.
So what happened, however, as you were talking to her, an old man approaches both of you in a row with a large beard. He is leaning heavily on a staff. Stay
a while.
You know him. You although you can't think of his name, but you know him. He is one who serves the one who gave you the strength to escape the Dreamlands in the first place. Yeah.
Good to see him again.
Yeah, no, he is. He says, "Your work is not done. There is a war brewing in your world. You have chosen the path of the warrior, and you must continue your path. But you are looking for your brother.
Yes, I'm hoping to find him.
You will find the truth of him if you follow her." When you awaken, you will both have a way to contact each other, and from that you must go west to the land of desert. I believe there's a city you must go to, Sydney. But there, look for the Friends of Jackson Elias, and you will find the path.
You want me to go to the colony?
Nice. So. With that, you both wake up. The phone is ringing. Both of you are blurry. You're not sure who called who, but you both stagger out of bed and talk to each other, and realize that you both know each other now in the real world. And so you leave the Lamplighters, not so much as telling them as just, I'm going to go.
I do that often.
You do that a lot. And soon you find yourself on board the Mauritania, a luxury liner heading to Sydney, Australia. leaving from San Francisco.
Must have very lax standards to let me on board.
Well, she paid for your
Yeah.
ticket. So, Eric.
Credit rating 5.
Will introduce your character?
Oh, yes. For those who are familiar with Sense of the Sleight of Hand Man, I am playing Lydia Sybil Darlington, Captain, or former Captain Darlington's sister, who is now searching the globe for her long-lost brother. Previously thought to be in New York and an opium den, but was now never seen from again.
You've heard strange stories about that particular opium den, and there are many.
Couldn't seem to find it, though. That was weird.
You found a Peach Blossom restaurant, but it's been closed down, and the stench from it.
Slightly burned.
Yeah, slightly burned. It's people don't go there. People give that building a wide berth, and then that night you started having strange dreams and whispers in the dark as some fetid creature from below is trying to whisper truth to you, telling you, but you like recoiled in horror. Yeah.
Look, I have no reason to talk to you. Here's a $5. Get out of my sight.
Yes, clearly. So
Way to play that credit rating.
yeah. So that's how you two. And so as the game begins, you saw on a nearby placard a private party for the Friends of Jackson Elias, stateroom 513. Please, and so you as you begin, you will be walking into the room. Meanwhile, Margot and Sulan, you both wake up on board a ship, and you find out there is there are actually two people in the room with you, each of which looks like you. Like one looks like Margot, not identical but very close, and one looks like Sulan. They both introduce themselves. We are lamplighters. We have been here to bring you back to a workable state. Your work is not yet done. We are on the Mauritania. You're heading to Australia to complete your task. So they begin to fill you in. You remember some elements of the investigation. You remember there's Professor Cowles in Sydney who had information about the Carlisle expedition or about something related. The details will come back to you, you're sure, once you meet up with him. But the Lamplighters explain this ship is unusual. There is something. Great forces at work here. We will have to leave soon, but before there are others heading to you, new allies to help you. We have made arrangements to make this possible. There will be they will know them. You will know them as the Friends of Jackson Elias. You two wait. Now we will head to the room first, and you'll follow some minutes later. Please wear scarves or something to conceal your identity. You see, we only bought 2 tickets, and we have been impersonating you. But we will find our own way off the ship. All will be made clear.
Well, that's good.
Who'd have thought the
Here, take this raft and paddle.
Look, we may be
Yithians-
deathless entities outside of time, but we have a budget. Okay?
The Yithians haven't figured out compound interest yet.
Exactly. Bill, introduce your character.
Alan Smythe, obviously. You've read my book.
Yes.
Alan Smythe, Jackson Elias's greatest professional rival in his own mind. Writer and researcher of the parapsychological. Spoon bending and all that jazz. Yes. Graduate of Miskatonic University.
All right. You.
Scare quotes, friend of Jackson
Yes. Well, you've also you've been looking into the cult recently, and on the East Coast there have been actually just an upsurge of weird activities.
There was that thing that happened at the Silver Twilight Lodge.
Yes, in Boston. There was
the Carlisle's house was knocked over.
by a truck.
a bunch of
Some stuff happened in
psychopaths.
London.
Jackson himself was murdered by bloodthirsty
Yeah, those bastards
criminals.
didn't have the chance to kill him professionally.
Yeah, he will be
Before they
lionized.
killed him, literally.
Exactly.
Well, that's a
But you have met up with a small team of researchers and investigators who seem to. They don't tell you about their time. They said
From
they
the
found,
inquiry.
but they were based out of Arkham.
The Armitage inquiry.
The Armitage inquiry. Professor Alvin Morley Patterson, and then Professor Felix Fuda, Hangrove Thorpe, and Richard Block. These are the names of the NPCs of the adventure. So. But they've shown you a small. They've taken with them a small library of books of the occult, and including Cthulhu and the Necronomicon, Nameless Cults, the Key of Wisdom, and the Clavis Solomon. So
those last two are almost the same thing.
they're quite different in terms of
one's the lesser, one's the greater.
So they don't talk. They're on their way to. Well, they're actually planning to go to Mongolia, but they're stopping in Sydney first.
Dropping by the plateau.
Yes, they. So you've been following them because you think they have some information about Jackson Elias, and you've promised to help them out, trying to wheedle them for information.
Yeah. Well, whatever. It's totally a thing. I've probably been in at least one of their classes before.
Exactly. And they promise that they will show you some truth about the occult. And after some strange dreams and other things, you're beginning to feel a little unease on the ship. But you do see a very interesting placard in the mounted on the hull on the ship. Tea party for the friends of Jackson Elias. So out of curiosity.
I was one of his friends. I was the best friend he had. The only one who could talk sense to him.
Exactly. And so finally, Sean, introduce your character.
Lieutenant Polumpko, sir. With Scotland Yard, sir.
All right. Well, you've been quite busy. It seems a small group of Americans came here and caused a lot of trouble.
Made quite a mess, sir.
Quite a mess. Along with an Irish priest who was killed.
And a young Irish reporter, sir.
Yeah, and a young Irish reporter.
That went missing.
After he left London.
His poor mother, sir.
Poor mother. But you've been looking into the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh, which apparently Gavigan was a member of, as far as you can know. You raided his estate and read some of the books in his library, and they're quite disturbing.
Always a mistake.
Yes, always a mistake. But you have been put on special assignment to find out how deeply this cult has infiltrated London society, and to find out what Jackson Elias knew about it. Now, Jackson obviously is dead, you know that, but you need to retrace his steps to find out what he knew. So you went west to America, to New York, to investigate people there. But there you got the lead of a lifetime. A person seemingly unremarkable broke down and told you that a bunch of there are others that the Americans that you're looking for who caused all this trouble are going to be on the Mauritania and heading to Sydney. And they're going to be going as the Friends of Jackson Elias. So you book your own ticket there, and you find that you see the same placard, and you realize this could be the perfect way. Yes, with your glass eye, which it used to be a normal glass eye, but after you question that person in New York, you the next morning your glass eye, it looks a little different, like a little cloudier or something, but. Your vision seemed a lot better afterwards.
Yes, I get cataracts.
Yeah. You're not sure. You haven't been thinking about it too hard, but did someone swap it out while you were asleep? You don't. Yeah, nah, that's crazy.
You were sleeping across the hall from Dr. Hook.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely shinier.
Yeah. So there is an odd. So there's something odd about your eye, glass eye. But yes. So as we begin. Or did you have any questions? No.
Nope.
Okay. As we begin, you all are all in the stateroom. Tea has been poured. The servant leaves. So it's all of you plus two women who look very much like Margot and Sulan. And one of them starts painting symbols on the far wall of the room. Yes. No, not one of your lookalikes. One of the lookalikes does.
I'm still saying.
Yes, the other one says, hello, I am a member of an organization. We call ourselves the Lamplighters because we light a lamp as a way to remove the darkness of ignorance and that sort of thing.
Very straightforward, I see.
Yes, we are. We work with friends who from beyond the veil. They are very interested in helping us. There's a great darkness coming that can be averted. And these two women here have already seen it firsthand and have dealt the darkness a mighty blow, but they have not stopped it. Your last actions harmed the cult of the crawling chaos, but did not stop their plan. You must continue on to Australia, but this is the same path. This is the same darkness that Jackson Elias was uncovering when he was killed. And I hope all of you today will realize that this is now your fight. It is all of humanity's fight if we wish to survive this darkness. But in fact, the forces of darkness are here on the ship, and you will. We must leave before we are trapped. We have work to do to help you further ahead, but. There is a darkness on the ship that you must thwart. We cannot understand what it is exactly, but there are over 2,000 souls on the ship, and some are not right. But I know there are some of you who do believe this is a world of rationality, of science, of modernism, but there are ancient forces at work beyond your comprehension. And to show you proof, she gestures to the far wall where the other one has finished painting the symbols in a circular sort of pattern, creating kind of the impression of a portal or gate. Yeah, and with
it's just a trick of the light.
It's with a single word, the portal. The gate opens, revealing beyond it a dark and dusty plain with large, massive buildings in the distance.
That's one hell of a parlor trick, ma'am.
And then she walks
You heard
through.
about ancient astronauts?
Yes. And then the first of the lookalikes walks through. So everyone give me a stability check.
5.
We don't have to, right?
No, yeah, Anne and Margot are... Margot and Sulan are fine.
5.
Am I here?
Yes, Omri's here. She's there with Livia.
Is this Omri with or without eyes?
With eyes, which is
That's
quite
an important distinction.
Yes.
They're easy to
By
replace.
the by, Caleb.
See, looky.
You know, I was reading something the other day about the research into quantum physics and the tunneling effect. I wonder if this isn't the same thing writ large.
Fascinating.
All right. So who failed? Did anyone fail? Okay.
I think I failed. Yeah, I failed.
Well, for Omri, it's only one stability. For you, it's still one because it's the first time you've seen something like this. And the two women walk through it.
What was the threshold?
It was a 4.
Oh, I got
Passed.
5.
Yeah. If you pass, you still fail one because it's the first time you've seen the supernatural.
Okay. So,
Do I lose any?
so that was a collective you.
Did you make it?
Yes, I made it.
All right, you're fine.
Is this like a dining room or
It's like a private dining room.
are the tables set?
There's one long table for all of you. So yes, but they are set for tea service.
Oh, no knives then.
There's a butter knife for toast.
I start stealing all the knives.
All right.
Is there a lighter?
You guys can have personal lighters, but I don't think there would. Whatever would be in a room for a tea.
Can I leave the room?
Mm-hmm.
Stinky
All right, I
cigar.
will run out to the deck. Are
Okay.
there deck umbrellas?
Yeah, sure.
I will take a deck umbrella back with me.
Okay, you grab it.
I will remove the umbrella part and start sharpening it into a spear.
Okay.
Omri, I don't think this is necessary. We haven't seen anything come out of it yet.
Well,
Right?
the gate closes afterwards. Does anybody look through the gate closely to get near it or anything?
Yes, this is fascinating.
All right.
the hell, sir?
The two of you give me more stability checks. Another stability. 4. Okay. You lose 3. And
3?
Yes.
Damn.
You see something moving past the
don't waste
one of the
time.
buildings. It is.
What would happen if I licked it?
It is some sort of creature, but it's larger. It's conical shaped. It has long.
Oh, okay.
It is. You've never seen anything move or look at it. And it looks back at you. You jump back. Your heart is.
Question.
Yeah.
Am I looking at it through my glass eye or my eye?
You were looking at it through your glass eye. You realized you suddenly saw it with both eyes. You remember what it was like that. That's part of the reason why you're freaked out. Your eye worked more.
Binocular vision.
Yeah. You look through that. You can't quite see it. You saw something moving. You don't quite see it, but yeah.
Makes sense that this would be inhabited.
Yeah.
By something.
Yes. And then the gate closes. And so you.
That was fascinating.
So, who were those two again?
Yeah, you can all introduce each other.
My name is Alan.
Well,
Smiley. I'm sure you've heard of me.
I know. I'm talking about the two who decided to jump through the hole in time and space.
Visitors.
Those were lamplighters, man.
Yeah, Sulan and you realize, they were a whole. They
Seems
were,
legit.
Apparently, they smuggled
Have
you
you
on
heard of
board
the missing
somehow,
time
and
phenomenon?
then were pretending to be you. So
Right.
the crew of the ship won't realize that
Visitors from the outside.
there's only 2 people, not 4. So
So how long do we wait before we walk into the room?
no, you were in the room when the gate happened. So
okay.
you didn't have to roll because you were sort of expecting it.
Right.
Your call.
Same.
We've seen
Yeah.
much worse than that.
You have seen much worse than that. So yeah, you guys at this
We
point.
all float in here, baby.
The lamplighters will put you all together. It's up to you to take the next step. You can have a Cadbury crown if you want, Sean. David.
David and
Yeah, he origamied them. So
As he does all things everywhere.
yes, it does.
The fold.
So you can explore the ship at this point. Things will happen on a certain schedule, but at this point, I want you guys to role play.
True of everything. As you
So,
Yeah.
that's like, according to the visitors, that's like there is something on this ship that's threat to us all, and I mean a race. So,
As a species, you mean?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
One thing, also.
big cats.
Can't stand cats, sir. I'm more of a dog person, sir.
One thing you know, Alan,
Parapsychologist.
is that the Professor Patterson at some point is planning to have a sort of he sort of explained it as kind of a seance, but with some
But with science.
yes, he was using and also some artifacts he had found. You didn't explain where he found them, but he said that it would be very enlightening.
What was this last name again?
Patterson? Well, only Alan knows. Bill's character knows about him.
Is this one of those alumni cruises, sir?
No, there's
No,
just
there's
the
just a
4.
small party of us.
Yeah.
Attending from the university.
Also, Sean, your character also noticed, because you've been on the ship, you've been watching the crew and the passengers. There is one unusual character, one person. Someone who looks... Well, one that's drawn your notice. Because he has...
I'm looking at one right over here. She's got
That's
long
gonna take
hair
a-
and she's pocketed all the knives.
It's going to take a long
He's just
time.
obviously
to
preparing for the
guys.
Summer Olympics. Okay.
Jeff,
There is one guy who appears to be some sort of European royalty who has 6 bodyguards, very secretive and very... the bodyguards are watching everybody. The crew is taken to calling him the Count. So he seems someone for you to keep your
One of those continental days, sir.
Yes.
If you pointed him out, would a credit rating reveal his identity?
You would. Let's see. For your character, actually, yeah, your character would probably spend a point of credit rating, and you would
use the rich people hive mind.
We're all interconnected in hating the poor.
How can we screw them over now?
I take out 2 gold coins and start tapping out Morse code.
That's bold ass.
All right.
What's one poor person say the other poor person?
You actually you recognize him as Count Mikhail Kurosov. He is
Risky, eh?
yes, an exile, a Russian count. So he's been in London before. You don't know what he would be doing on the ship, but he
Buying up land.
Yeah.
Wrong count.
But he has a personal entourage, considerable personal entourage.
Also-
But yeah, so you guys, for one thing, you two realize, you might want to bring him up to speed a little bit.
Please grace us with the info dump.
Yeah. So what do you tell them? What do you don't have to get every single. You try and recount the entire campaign, but
Oh, that's good.
yeah. But how, in general, what are you trying to get across?
Well, I suppose we would probably tell him the story of the most recent encounter.
Okay,
What we
Kenya.
managed to, like particularly the Kenya part, and how far we got with that, and what we think we destroyed,
Okay.
and with special attention to eulogizing the two that we lost in the process.
And one that might be alive.
Yeah.
Home somewhere.
Yeah. No, yeah. He's fine.
Can I also check my pockets to see if anything came with me?
No, did not. These are all new clothes you're wearing. Only you don't have any more. The notes are gone. You do have. Actually, you do have some. Actually, no. There is one. The journal that you wrote before you left on that safari somehow made its way. The one you left with Old Bandari. You have. So you have the basic notes.
Bandari had some notes.
Yeah. So you have that.
Do we recognize Omri?
Yes. You can talk to her.
So
Do you
does she
remember
not
us?
recognize us?
Well, I guess that's what I'm trying to get
They
at.
look familiar. Maybe you saw them in New York. You don't remember much.
Do you remember us?
Yes, you're probably some sort of amalgamation of faces I've seen before in the past. It's typically where thought forms come from. It makes sense that we're on a boat. It likes the sea. It likes to wield me on the sea. I assume there'll be pirates.
Not
Probably.
necessarily.
We should all make spears.
Ross, did you write this?
Is that what you're doing there?
It fits so well.
I'm certain that this is a luxury liner. It has its own security force. So we're probably safe from sea brigands.
Right. So in other words, Omri, not much
no.
has changed.
No, I'm much more worried about the place where we originally met. And I'm guessing maybe that portal?
Does anyone have pants? I prefer pants. Or chainmail? Did anyone bring chainmail?
We can probably get you pants.
I forgot my knitting.
Okay.
Just glad to see you have eyes.
You mean your needlework? No.
But I do other things in my spare time. You don't know me.
I will allow you if you want to make a point spend to try and help Omri with his memory or her memories. You can do that.
Is that advisable?
That's up to you. I will give
How
you
much
the
do you like
option. You don't have
screaming?
to fulfill it though.
Ooh, I have hypnosis.
Omri, would you like to remember?
I suppose I will, if I intend to.
It's a good answer.
This one's a couple of
This
extra
one's new.
dozen,
I
isn't
thought
she?
myself beyond representations of professional
really
insecurity since I gave up writing, but
I'm quite
he's-
serious.
He's re-entered, and the man with one eye who still sees too much. This is just bad poetry, Omri. Should have given up on those dreams. It's not for you anymore, Omri. Sharpening my spear. All right, mumbling to myself.
If you'd like to remember, I can help you with science.
Who would like to remember? It's madness. It's crazy talk. Should
All right.
listen to the gangster with the golden gun. He told me not to read things.
You don't have to.
All right. You talk for a while. There is the seance. You guys can explore the ship if you want, or you can spend. There is a library on the ship. Obviously, you can catch up on current affairs.
Do
You
we
can
know
try-
when the seance is happening?
Yes.
Yes.
At time o'clock.
Yes.
Everybody on the
That
boat
info.
moves in one direction o'clock.
Yeah. It's 7:00.
And what's the year, the date? I'm assuming that everyone else knows except for us.
Yes.
A little out of touch. Anybody got a newspaper?
There is a newspaper. It is March 31st, 1925.
So the same year, just about
Yes.
days later.
So how much
It's
time
been
did we
a
lose?
month and a half
Okay.
Yeah.
from mid-February to the end of March. Yeah. Anyway, so
What was the date again?
March 30th.
31st.
And the year?
1925.
Oh, good. I'm still from the future. That's comforting. It's good to
Wouldn't
know.
be right otherwise.
Great Scott.
I mean, out of character, the Sense of the Sleight of Hand Man ended January 1925. So
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it started in the 30s.
Yeah.
And then I went back in time and became a woman.
No, that was Mitchum Cleary who went. He
Yeah,
said
that-
he was from the future. You were always.
The campaign ends 10 years before it starts.
This is
Remember?
No. This
Yeah,
is,
it does.
no, this isn't,
Wibbly
no.
wobbly.
You're thinking of Mitchum Cleary claimed he was from the future, but that was it. So
Well, I thought we came back a different year, though.
no, you came back a couple weeks
Yeah, because
later.
he saw.
I must have misread that then.
Yeah.
He just thought we were.
Just that's other craziness.
Sense of the Sleight of Hand Man is written to say it starts right before Mask of Nyarlathotep.
All right,
so you
okay.
could have your crazy Dreamlands character, then go fight Nyarlathotep.
Yeah, but I thought it started in the 30s. Like when you took the drug, it was the 30s.
For Mitchum Cleary, we haven't closed that the Mitchum Cleary.
All right. Yeah, you're working on it.
Yeah,
okay.
we're working on it.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. He claimed he was from the 30s.
Who?
David's character.
Out of character.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Massive.
I ruined everything unintentionally. I'll
Yeah.
stop doing that. Tell me when something needs to be stabbed.
All right. If you want, you can go and try and figure out, check out the count. You could go, or you could just go to the seance.
Seance is at 7. What time is it now?
It's only noon, so you have time. You could spend
If you
some
want
time.
to, I can see if I can potentially rub shoulders with the Count and see if he's willing to tell us anything of importance. If he's part of this.
Could you do that, ma'am? That would be very helpful, ma'am.
Okay, no ma'am's around me. So.
Yes.
Good luck with that.
Darlington. Of the... what city?
So the Westernshire Darlingtons.
Ah,
So
yes.
most of our family, that's like we're military. My brother was that's like RAF in the Great War,
I see. Oh,
but
pleased to
unfortunately,
make your acquaintance.
you too. So
And you, ma'am?
Margo Jones of New York.
Of the New York Joneses? Really?
there's a million of you.
But we're the Jones.
Yes, well,
Everyone has
obviously
to keep
I
up
can
with you.
Hey-o.
Can't believe
Well,
I
that
made
is-
joke until now.
Particularly fascinating. Tell me, ma'am, do you have an interest in science?
Just as much as anyone, I guess.
Well, I must share my research with you at some point. I'm sure you'll find it fascinating.
Maybe sometime.
Indeed.
Margot, back away slowly.
All right. So what is everyone? So you're going to meet up, try to ingratiate yourself with
Mikhail.
Yeah. Also, you can. Yeah, you can walk around. There's also a couple other people you can talk to. The other investigators. You know, you've been doing small talk. You haven't really broached any serious subjects or anything. So first off, Aaron, you see the Count. He is.
Was anybody wanting to come with me or?
Yeah.
I'll go with.
Okay.
Okay. That's like
Careful. She comes from a long line of mesotheists.
Thank you,
She
ma'am.
hates
I
the clergy.
appreciate that, ma'am.
If you see anyone like a priest, especially monks,
Here's my
keep her well away.
I'm not certain what he's talking about. I've had nothing but great relations with.
It's
my
okay to
local
hate the
vicar.
gods; they hate us.
Wow.
She claimed again, as strange as it sounds, met her in a dream. Somehow knew her number. She claims to know what happened to my brother, although she's being exceedingly vague.
Mrs. Bolumpko puts a lot of stock in these things. I don't, man, but Mrs. Bolumpko does, so I'll give you some street cred here for a little while.
That's all I ask. Just the understanding, if not full on belief. So.
Actually, speaking, he does. After Omri mentions priest, you both are kind of oddly aware that there is a priest up here on the top deck reading a newspaper as you pass by.
Oh my god, you didn't reincarnate.
No. I can't say. I mean, that would be a spoiler. But there is a priest reading a newspaper, and across the hall from where the Count is. This is outside, out on the promenade.
Does he look like his britches torches are stuck with dynamite.
No.
And were we just going to his stateroom to see if he was there?
No, he's out and about. He's out on the promenade deck reading a newspaper. He is surrounded by large, scary men, who clearly have pistols under their jackets. And there is a smaller, more pleasant-looking person next to him talking. They're talking in Russian. Seems to be some sort of personal valet or servant.
Hey, guess what I know?
Oh, all right, yeah. You can.
That's how languages work.
Yeah.
And that'll work for exactly this session before we go to Australia.
Well, there's always the Shanghai chapter too.
I have 4 points in it, so I'm going to be a hyperglot.
That
sounds dirty.
You walk over. The bodyguards look at you. And they look at him.
Oh.
And, yeah. Are you going over to them?
I will politely say to the guards, that's like the good constable are. Actually, what is your ranking? It's
Lieutenant, man.
Lieutenant. Okay, sorry. It's like lieutenant. That's like Blanco. That's like is acting as my escort on. That's like while on this journey. So you have nothing to worry from him.
And what is your business with?
He must clean his boots.
What does your business do?
That's like I am a representative of the Worcestershire Darlingtons, a very prominent family, and that's like and I've heard that the I can't say it, the Count is an excellent conversationist and well traveled. So I was willing to talk to somebody.
All right, give me a spend. Are you going to make any spends for interpersonal skills?
Credit. Well, that could be another credit rating, I guess. Saying, guess how rich I am.
All right, yeah, sure, I'll do that.
I'm rich enough to talk to that man.
You are. You pass that credit check. So the Count says, "Oh, hello. It is good to have a conversation with someone of sophistication and class, not like these peasants and proles who are lumbering about."
Well, if we do have to remember responding in Russian, though.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
responding in Russian.
Yeah.
It is with their hard work combined with ours that we are only able to get as far as we can.
Yeah. All right. So you can talk to him. He is only making small talk. How's your trip been? Did those stupid crew members damage your luggage? Carrying up to your stateroom?
No, everything was in order as I expected it to be. So
you were lucky. Ours was very clumsy.
What takes you to the colony, so to speak?
Well, that will definitely be a spend.
Okay. Flattery, because somebody of your stature, it would seem odd going into the wilds.
Yes. Well,
unless you're out for an adventure. Are you out for adventure?
Well, I'm always up for adventure. Tell me, are the Darlingtons looking for business opportunities?
Possibly. We're always looking for it. That's like good potential buys and sells. So, although I do relay that back to one of my old, younger brothers, since he cares most of the finances. I just look for the opportunities.
Perhaps you would like to talk to this about perhaps a business proposal over dinner.
I would love to. Where and when would you care to dine?
8 o'clock tonight.
The dining room.
Dining room. I don't have schematics of the Mauritania.
Damn it, Ross! Immerse me. And in a ship that most likely will not sink.
Yeah.
Well, that went without
saying.
Aaron's going to go off and have Anna Karenina story.
There are no trains in this session. It is the ship itself is 790 feet long. Width is 88 feet. It is a large ship. There are over 2,000 people on board.
I asked for the dining room.
I know. It's got a very nice one that you can go.
Is the service made of sterling silver?
Of course.
Thank you.
Yes. Tickets cost $400 for
all the knives are
the
missing.
8
Just the butter knife.
You do hear crew muttering about a shortage of nice knives.
Down in the boiler room, I'll construct a suit of knives. They won't be able to touch me.
So, Omri, your spear, if you want to get it back to your room, you'll have to make a stealth test.
Since I can't understand the Russian, is there any way for me to use evidence collection in the stateroom without being noticed?
Well, that would be a stealth check to do that.
Can I just put the umbrella part back on top of it?
Yeah, but then you'd be carrying it around. They'd ask you, why are you carrying an umbrella around?
They can ask me all they want.
Okay.
Conceal.
Is this a useless spin for us? Or?
There would be some of it. I mean, what are you looking for? Are you looking at the count, the bodyguards, or are you looking for everywhere else other than
Just
that?
claim the sign doesn't
Any
like you.
connection
You
between the
don't like
count and all of this madness?
Okay.
So I roll, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
I
For
will
stealth or sleight of hand.
will
Sleight of hand is skill, right?
spend...
You're looking for Filch.
Filch. Yeah, Filch.
no. I will spend 2 stealth.
Does the policeman have Filch?
Okay. With that, you can't get very close.
You did not wipe your boots.
You realize that under the newspaper, he has 2 newspapers though. Like, he has one that's the New York Times. It's old. It's a couple of weeks old. You can tell that pretty easily. But he has another one underneath that he was more reading and focused, but you couldn't tell what it is. Couldn't tell what it was. So there's that, but you can't get any closer with a 3. So he was hiding his other newspaper, so that could give him some indication of where he's been or, what he's interested in. So there's that. So that's what you get out of that scene. So Omri, so you're carrying your umbrella. Where are you carrying it to? Back to your room?
I think I'm just going to wander around.
Okay.
I don't even know where my room's at, so...
Okay. You forgot where your room was. You have been to it. You remember you had a lug. She bought that nice woman bought you some things.
No one can remember numbers and trips.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll find it when I need it.
All right.
I really want to follow your character around and keep telling her how psychologically interesting she is.
So you're stopped
wonder if
actually
you might
by
like to talk to me for a while.
middle-aged man who smiles. He seems very warm at first, but there's something about him that just you don't like at all. Something. Yeah. He's like, "Are you all right, ma'am?"
Yes.
Well, I'm the ship's purser. If there's anything you need, please let me know. Did you want to set up your umbrella somewhere? We have many deck chairs and things. You could sit and take a nap, sun yourself. Or is there some reason why you're carrying an umbrella around?
For the storm that's coming.
Oh no, we have clear skies. Look. As far as the eye can see, we even have a wireless on the ship that tells us about weather alerts. We have
You can help me?
yes.
My butter knives are not sharp enough.
Your butter knives.
Take these to your blacksmith.
Oh wow, these are our butter knives actually.
Not nearly sharp enough.
They are. Did you need? Were you eating a steak? Did you need a steak knife?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll make sure you have a nice sharp steak knife for dinner. Okay.
Why are you still talking? You're my thought, Tulpa. Don't commit your slave.
No, I'm the purser. Let's see. I'm trying to
Is
find
this my classism again? Am I confronting myself with that? What does that even mean? I thought I was beyond such. I'm just going to wander away.
Okay.
Caleb, I'll admit, this is not a quadriplegic teenager, but I have a feeling this is the thing you were meant to do.
Thank you.
All right, so you wander off. They take your butter knives away,
It's okay, they weren't sharp enough.
But you have your umbrella.
I'll take the forks next.
For the storm that is to come. All right, so while that's going on, Animal. So what do you guys want to do? Do you want to catch up with current events, or because there are newspapers in the ship's library, you could read about that there is a block of missing time, which is sadly not the first time that's happened to you.
Well, I think.
Or you could try and find the source of evil that's on the ship.
Yes, I kind of want to go wander around. Maybe go immerse myself with the servants and such.
Okay, well, you're on the A deck. You're an upper class passenger, so you're.
Do they know me as that though?
Oh yeah, because you've been seen around.
Because my double has been wandering.
Yes. So everyone is on the A deck is very respectful of you, or at least the servants are. The other rich people are, out smoking cigarettes and cigars and walking around and talking
Do our
about.
paths cross as we
You could see each other. I mean, the
Ships.
I'll
yeah.
start following her.
Hello, Omri.
Hello.
You want to come with me?
I have to.
Naturally. I would expect nothing less.
That's why I imagine that scene where we introduce each other to each other.
Right.
We're either allies or you're the conflict.
We're
Or
allies.
you'll take me to the conflict.
That's likely.
Thus is the
Come
archetypal
with me.
construction of all stories.
Okay. Margot, are you with Sulan? Okay, so you're with him. So you're on, you can, the A deck, you guys can give me sense trouble checks if you want.
I forgot how like Omri
3.
living stranger than
3
fiction.
and 2. Do you want to make a sense trouble check?
No.
Okay. All right.
Why would she? That would be totally
She's prepared for everything.
I
Why?
sense it everywhere.
All right. Nothing but false positives. Or are they false? So the A deck looks normal. Again, the library, little cafe, other shuffleboard, and other leisurely activities. There, of course, you can go below deck to the mingle with the lower classes if you want, or try to go to the places where passengers aren't supposed to go.
Yes, the boiler room dances. I heard about them all the time.
Yeah, I want to go down
your
to
French
the
girls.
next deck and just
Okay. So you go down to the middle class deck.
Right.
Where are we going?
I don't know. Are you coming with me?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
I hope you two aren't the antagonists. You seem nice. I mean,
I know you're not the
I imagine
antagonist.
you're nice.
All right, you guys can give me another sense trouble check.
Now I'm imagining Margot and I can never pronounce her name, giving her a makeup. A makeover.
Yeah.
Giving Omri a makeover?
A sleepover. Yeah, Dreamland sleepover.
French braiding her crazy ass hair.
All right, what'd you guys get?
This
I
eyeshadow comes from
5?
Iran.
All right. You can see there's a lot of people out on the middle class deck. Their rooms are smaller, so they spend more time out on the decks, smoking and talking and playing chess and checkers and that kind of thing, reading old newspapers. But you do see one guy who keeps looking up. You can only see the back of his head, but he keeps looking up at the top deck. So he keeps wandering around, just trying to see up onto that area. But then he starts wandering off after about 10 minutes. When you can either try and figure out what he was looking at, or you can try and tail him.
Well, there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
So I'll
Arthur.
follow him.
Right, I'll go see what he was looking for.
All right, so that will be a stealth or do you have shadowing? I forgot if that. No.
Yeah, I
shadowing.
have both.
It would be shadowing.
Okay, so I'll add 1. So I get 7.
All right. You are not the knight because it is day, but you are the
Super stealthy.
Golden
paint.
sunbeams.
Yeah, you are the golden sunbeams.
I'm a deck chair. I'm another deck chair.
Yeah. So you hear voices. There's some sort of conversation going on between. The voices are kind of hard to hear because again you're a deck below, but it's there's one louder voice. Let's see. Do you have?
Way too white.
Let's see here. You can't. Do you have linguistics
That's not a thing.
or languages? Languages. Sorry.
I do.
Yeah.
I know.
Omri's there.
Yeah. You have languages?
Yeah.
All right.
His language.
You recognize one of them as Russian. Someone is speaking Russian.
I am Russian.
Yeah, so you recognize that. An older man is speaking Russian above, and that seems. And there's a woman also speaking Russian, but obviously not a native speaker. So it seems like that what the other guy was eavesdropping on. So yeah, no need to spend for that, but yeah. So do you tell that to him?
Yeah.
All right.
No,
So
they're on the upper class deck.
you can hear them. They're talking about would you something about a business proposal and having dinner tonight.
So, do I recognize one of them as being Lydia, since I already met her? And I know her voice?
You have. When you think about it, and you haven't heard her speak Russian, but so it sounds, it could be her. You could go up deck and see where it is because you're allowed to go up there because
Rich.
Yeah, rich.
We can always ask Lydia later.
Yeah, so you could just go up to confirm it. Do you want to do that?
Sure.
All right, so you do that. So meanwhile, Melissa, you realize that the Sulan, the guy you're tailing is avoiding any member of the ship crew, and you realize his clothes are actually shoddier than you first realized. He is actually a member of the lower class passengers, not even the middle class. He isn't supposed to be here.
downstairs.
He should be, and he is heading towards the downstairs.
Get back to the Fiesta deck.
Yes, so he is going back down to steerage. So you would stick out though because you're wearing, yeah.
Not with 8 points of disguise, I wouldn't.
Okay. So you can flip your coat inside out and
Muss my hair a bit.
mess your hair up a bit. So you can give me a disguise check.
Okay, so I will add. I'll add 2. So 7.
All right, you are now the help apparently. So
I do that really well.
Yes. So you follow him down to steerage. He starts passing people. People ignore you, and you find out what room he goes into. A room. It is room. Let's see here. 784. So you know what room he is in exactly, but he closes the door behind him.
Okay.
So
Did I hear anything in the room when he went in?
You don't hear any talking. That's about all you can. I mean, you'd have to put your ear up to the door to listen if you want to hear anything else. He's not yelling in there. So,
Okay.
do you want to put your ear up? I mean,
I do.
Okay. Well, there are people in the hallway, so
Well, do I have to do one of these, or can I,
it's
hover?
rather noisy outside. It's rather, it's like the middle of the day. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of
Which is to say,
sound.
yes.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I will hide us. I open the umbrella.
Does it still function as an umbrella?
You just sharpened the tip, right?
Yeah, I just sharpened the tip.
Yeah.
But you said you took the umbrella part anyway.
You can put it back
Never
on.
mind.
Yeah, no, I'm going to take a risk. I'll put my ear up to the door.
All right, stealth check.
There's nothing to see here!
Omri, you're not helping. I'll spend 2. So 4.
Well, Omri's with Margot. I mean, what'd you get?
No.
I don't know. I thought it was with her.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I didn't know we split up. Sorry.
Yeah, they split up. She went to tail him.
Did you want to go up or down?
No, he was with Margot.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Because he knew the Russian.
yeah.
Actually, you should be calling it.
I'm still doing that,
Margot.
only with you.
Right.
All right, what'd you get?
I got a 4.
All right, with a 4, you can. Yeah, he's not talking to anybody. You can hear sound of metal on metal. Clinking sounds, that kind of thing.
He's sharpening the knives.
Finally! Some fucking service.
So yeah, you hear that.
Nothing else.
He's just in there. So it looks like he's. Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to hang out around here and see if he comes out.
Okay, you're
gonna blend
staking
in.
him out. All right. That's pretty easy to do with your really good disguise check and your really good stealth check, shadowing check. So Margot and Omri head up, and they can see Livia talking to the Count, and then Livia's getting up and leaving. And so you two, and Omri pops open the umbrella. The Count looks kind of like, but that's Livia, you can pretend to ignore Omri, or I don't know. What do you want to do?
I'll
I'll pass by not talking to you right now, just because I'll sidestep, give you the odd look, while just kind of hopefully mouthing off. Meet up in our stateroom. So.
Okay, so you get that, so you can tail her.
I do this because I don't speak Russian.
Yeah.
So.
Just dancing through there. This is
so
how we
Bill,
walk in
I'm
Scotland Yard.
going to rejoin the Miskatonic Alumni Association.
Okay, so you're talking to. They're actually in one of the smoking rooms.
Yes. Obviously.
Professor Patterson and Fuda are talking, along with Hangrove and Richard. They are
2 of those are names.
Yeah.
The other 2, I'm not sure what they are.
Well, these are the names they gave me. So they are talking conspiratorial whispers before you show up, and then they stop as soon as you approach. But they.
No need to hush it up on my account, gents.
No, it's just we're talking about. That's not important. Previous experience we all had. You weren't there. You wouldn't understand. What have you been up to this morning?
Damnedest thing. I'm sure you all have read my books and so know about my friendly opposition with one Jackson Elias. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, the odd oddest thing, as I was wandering around the A deck, I happened to see that one of the rooms was reserved for the Friends of Jackson Elias. And of course, there's no friendship like competition, so I counted myself among such an august group. And, whatever. Info dump to the NPCs.
Okay. Well, interesting. Do you think are they also dabblers in the occult?
Well, it is at this point a reveal to them, the great big portal on the wall and the 2 copies of people.
Okay,
that went
so you're okay. You're I didn't know.
Dabbling.
Okay, so you're mentioning that part as well. All right, so they
whatever. Albert Wilmarch is my faculty advisor,
right.
so I know people at Miskatonic see this shit.
All right, so they are quite. Perhaps they should.
Professor and a writer.
Do you think they can be trusted?
Well, all except for the one that was stealing the flatware.
Oh, I knew a fellow who was like that. After he went to Innsmouth, he was never the same. So he perhaps
Shoggoth shock.
we could get their input on the seance tonight.
Yes, I think that would be lovely. One of them could. Actually, that would be the one with the silverware, but it might do her a world of good.
Yes.
At any rate, the others all, 3 out of 4 of the others all looked to be fine, upstanding characters, and there was also a policeman.
Wow.
And a dirty trench coat.
A policeman, it went without saying.
Yeah. Yes. We should have. If something happens, it's good to have a lawman on our side.
Yes.
Character witnesses, reliable witnesses that can explain. Yes, he really was eaten by something invisible.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't talk as such.
Pretty analogous to academic confidence.
Yes, talking about Tillinghast again.
Yeah. We'll get a larger room and we'll be able to accommodate them if they wish.
Indeed.
They're quite if you since we've only been on this trip for a few days, I haven't gotten your thoughts on the some of these books that we've been reading. We've been trying. We're heading to Mongolia to pursue a archaeological lead. There was a site recently uncovered, and it's related to Baron Schoenberg. You might have heard of him as the Bloody Baron.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Apparently, during his escapades a few years ago, he uncovered an ancient site, and we're hoping it has answers for a certain issue we've been having in Arkham.
The teapot incident.
Well, the less said, the better. But yes.
But books. You mentioned books.
Yes.
I do love a good book.
There is one I think you would like. If you bring it back tonight. He hands you the Clavis Solomon, which is in Latin. Does your character speak Latin?
No, I don't have any languages available, but I do have library use, so I can work on translating
you
it.
can work on it. I have some notes. Perhaps you could proofread them, and I've been translating them myself. All right, so you can do that this afternoon before the seance. Let's see here. So you're staking out that. You guys talk to the Count, and you guys are all caught up. You could try to find... Well, you don't know where Sulan has gone to.
I'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be back. The...
Aristocrat playing dice in the corner, trying to look inconspicuous.
Just smoking. What do you guys want to do?
Alleyway.
Lydia, I didn't know you spoke Russian.
So I speak many languages. It was part of my formal training.
My parents would have liked for me to have married a girl like you. Back when I was a man.
I'll say I'm flat. I'm truly flattered.
Omri is now a woman.
Am I still with Lydia?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm truly flattered, but
Raise the eyebrow above my glass eye.
At the moment, though, I'm not looking, and thankfully, my parents are not pushing me towards anybody right now.
They're still distraught over.
Oh no, it's okay.
My brother.
I was never very interested in women. It's easier to admit that now.
No,
Things have stopped mattering.
well, then the stars have aligned for you, I guess. So
Yeah. You actually see for a moment. You look at Omri. Give me a stability check.
You've never met a bisexual?
You're going to kill me early, aren't you?
No.
6.
All right. You think for a moment you see a different Omri. You see an Omri who is male. Different, sort of a spindly guy, kind of a Russian background. But you blink and it's a white-haired woman again.
I look at my cigar.
Yeah.
I look back at her. I look at the cigar. I chuck the cigar over the side of the boat.
That's good.
never getting cigars from Jamaica again.
All right, so Sulan,
Yes.
the man leaves.
Okay.
He's carrying a suitcase with him, and he walks away. So to tail him again will be another shadowing check.
Okay, I'll spend another 1. 5.
Okay, you are still not the night.
The golden ray of sunshine, Ross.
The afternoon.
Yeah, the afternoon. So you follow him. He is going back up
You
to
put on a fake
the
mustache.
middle class section.
Chinese woman? Fake
Again,
mustache works every time.
expertly avoiding the higher ranking crew members. You realize you will have to avoid them too because you've made yourself look like not a rich person anymore. You're too well disguised. So yeah, you have to make a stealth check or remove your disguise and thus ruin the shadowing attempt.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll stealth.
all right, give me a stealth check.
It's more probable.
Okay, I'll add 1.
Oh.
I only get 2.
All right, a steward bumps into you. He's like, "What? Where's her ticket? What? You don't belong up here."
You are right, sir. I'm on an errand. One of our upper-class passengers desperately wanted a steak knife.
And
do
the
you have an
circle is complete.
Do you have an interpersonal skill?
Yes.
Which one do you want to use?
Reassurance.
Reassurance. Yeah, that'll
Thank you
work.
for giving us the best excuse ever.
get it.
All right. Well, all right. Yeah, I'll say it's a 0-point spin. You have the skill,
Okay.
so you can do that.
Bargaining.
Yeah, you keep the stealth going. You keep the shadowing going. He then produces a set of keys and unlocks a door that leads into part of the ship that only crew members are supposed to go to, and then locks the door behind him, carrying the suitcase.
Where's the door?
It's in the middle of the hallway, sort of. It leads probably to one of the engine compartments, or part of it. You're not an engineer, but part of the stuff that can break, so passengers aren't allowed in. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So he goes in there.
Okay.
Do you just wait out there, or are you going to try and pick the lock to go in?
Is it locked?
Yeah, he locked it behind him. You heard the lock, the snap of the lock.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's a poor choice to go in by myself.
Okay, that normally works out fine for us.
I've made it this far. I don't want to die here.
So do you wait?
Yeah, I'll just wait.
All right. About 10 minutes later, he comes back without the suitcase. Then he heads back down.
Okay, now I'm going to go in.
Okay, it's locked.
I have locksmith.
All right, that will be a stealth check to pick the lock in the middle of the hallway while people are walking by.
Yeah, okay, I'll add 1. 3.
3 total.
Yeah.
Steward stops you and is like, "What are you doing?
Delivering a steak knife?
This will be a spin."
Be off if you stabbed him right there. Delivering a steak.
Stealth check, yeah, stab. Where'd Tom go?
And body overboard.
That will be a spin to,
Reassure.
yeah, to reassure, and he will not let you through. But he won't.
200.
He won't turn you into the.
Okay,
The
yeah,
person.
I will spend 1 reassurance and
All right.
babble in Chinese until he looks
Okay.
cross-eyed.
All right, he tells you to go. Who's your boss?
Tony Danza.
I'm speaking in Chinese.
Boss, employer, master.
Oh, Mr. Boss.
Okay, we're gonna go to the purser, and he's gonna figure out who is your employer to. So
No. The lady.
What's her name? Mrs. What?
Mrs. Boss.
I need to explain to her that you cannot break into rooms.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and find Margot, and do a lot of bowing and scraping.
Okay,
and
well,
let
he's
her
asking for
explain
her name so he can find her. So are you going to give her a name?
Yeah.
All right. So with Margot, he finds you. A steward finds you carrying her along. And
Mrs. Boss.
I've been looking for you.
all right.
Did you get
Remember
lost
that
again?
Ross will no longer be rewarding her.
Racist?
This isn't racist.
It's classist.
That's completely different.
So
Sorry, my bad.
it's a little. Yeah.
Ross only hates it when I'm classist against fighters.
He explains to you that she was trying to break into a mechanical room, which is off limits to passengers. You can't do that. If the door's locked, she can't go in. Make sure if she does it again, she will be held by the purser. She will be held in the brig. You cannot. It's very important you don't go in those
I
rooms.
will. Her English is not very good, so she gets very confused.
There are plenty of Irish maids you can hire that are very cheap. Why don't you hire someone who speaks English? Anyways, see there. Yeah.
Any comment after that would be racist.
Yeah. So he berates you
here
for a
now.
little bit, but then he leaves. So that takes some time. So
Pretty tart, so.
yeah,
What are they?
they're Japanese plum
Plum
crackers.
crackers.
This is from our RPPR listener, Jonathan Dahan, who sent them from Japan along with the Japanese PS2. So we have some others.
Well, that's
So everybody is catching up in terms of time spent. So
Question.
Yeah.
So he said if the door is locked, we cannot go into it. Does that mean our rooms are not locked?
you can lock them, but if you have a key to the room, you can. That's fine. It's like
Okay, so
rooms
they're-
that are labeled that are locked, you don't have a key for. You're not allowed to go in. Those are the
Okay,
the
so
crew
individual
only.
passenger rooms are locked.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely locked, and you have keys for them. It's like the ones that are locked that you don't have keys for. He explained she was trying to jimmy the lock open. That's not, that can break a lock.
That's true, I was.
Yeah. And it's a mechanical room. Passengers can't go into mechanical rooms because
Don't
you can
keep
break
steak
something.
knives in the mechanical rooms.
Yeah, exactly. So at this point, everybody's caught up before you're. You're wandering. Where were you again? Yeah.
You said
with
to
it.
meet back in the stateroom. So
Yeah.
we met back.
All right, so you're back in the stateroom. So you guys can just get some food and wait to go to the seance, or because the seance is first, and then dinner with
The count. So I've managed to get at least to get a meeting. So if any of you would like to come along as my entourage, possibly sans the honor guard.
What?
I think
Omri, if you're coming to this, you need to disarm.
I think it might be best
your
for all
umbrella.
involved if I keep an eye.
I'll imagine them
on it.
falling off as hard as I can, but I'm not very good at surrealism.
you can give me a preparedness check to see if you could find a steak knife.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Find another butter knife.
I'm going to roll a preparedness check.
Yeah.
I get a 6. I hand her a steak knife.
You're a terrible police officer. Anyways, no, that's fine. You get a steak
Thank
knife.
you.
Yeah.
No, I've learned over the years. You give the crazy what they want.
All right, fair enough. Anyway,
Detective, not negotiator.
Though I'm not certain if he's coming to the seance or not, so I.
There's a
A
seance?
homicide
Yes.
detective.
Oh, good. I need more orders. Let's go for that.
Yeah, you already agreed to.
Of course I did.
The same.
By the way, I changed my clothes back.
okay, yeah, you're back to normal. The Bill. So when you read the book or the notes on it, and you grab a Latin English dictionary in the library. It tells of calling and binding demons to one's will with descriptions, but it mentions that.
This is the lesser key of Solomon.
But it mentions that there are vast mines and archives built in a great library
Well, that's different.
that is in the middle of a vast wasteland. wasteland far from civilized society. But this vast library has knowledge beyond reasoning, and its keepers, the keepers of the library, can be spoken to if you know the right ritual. They can even be bound against their will to compel all secrets of in heaven and hell.
We have a pay or play contract.
It also mentions it warns of the awesome power of Azathoth, Lord and Master of the Demons. Anyways, but it mentions this library in great detail. It is in the middle of a wasteland, very hot and dry, far from in an undiscovered country. The author apparently only saw it in dreams, but its keepers are there or have been there. The tenses, your
or
Latin
will be there.
Yeah, the Latin tenses you're terrible with.
Yeah.
Goddamn declension.
Gail gets a fate point.
Write it down. He's promised to make good on those.
So you can give me a stability check. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, my faculty advisor hasn't told me anything about this.
No.
Faculty advisors are not that good.
But Will March is my faculty advisor. I pass.
Okay. It seems.
Crazy medieval occultists.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
If only they knew science.
Yes, clearly.
So close, so far away.
So, as you all gather into another stateroom that has Patterson, Fuda, Hangrove, and Richard are there.
Pardon me. Sorry.
Introductions are
Yes.
made.
you got a knife strapped to your belt. Wearing pants now too. So
Yay.
Got your pants.
Please don't rip a hole in my spare pants.
Also, no shoes, because I can never get the hang of those things.
no shoes. All right, yeah. You've forgotten about shoes. Professor Patterson explains there is the thick scent of incense as you enter the room. Apparently, he's already begun the preparations for the ceremony. Patterson sits cross-legged on the deck with a book you know as the Xanthu tablets, translation of them, open before him. There is a glass is sitting on the floor near the wall with a candle in front of it. The glass, let's see here. It looks almost like a lantern, only just made of everything. All sides of it are made of glass with sort of gold gilding around it to hold it together. He asks for all of you to take seats, and he says, "What you may see." Any visions the glass can produce, he warns, are not always what you may want, for dark powers often control the glass. But you can attempt to, if your minds are strong enough, apparently you can control what you want to see, whether it is in the past, the present, the future, or a possible future. The future is not written yet, of course, but each of you think about what you would like to see, and hopefully you will be able to see it.
Comfortable socks.
Yes. So what are all of you wanting to think? What are you wanting to see? And then what kind of vision would you want to see? What kind of information or knowledge or things would your character want to see? Omri? Yeah, any ideas?
The being that's dreaming me into existence. Because I'm not real either.
Okay, you can do that.
There we go.
My brother, since unfortunately Omri's responses have been very oblique.
Yeah, no, they have been. Margot?
I think I want clues about this mysterious Australia that hinted at all along.
What is this Australia you speak of?
There's something about the count that bugs me.
Okay.
One more thing. So
you're focusing about the count.
Do you like former prison colonies?
A way to prove ESP.
A way to prove ESP. Okay. Fair
and
enough.
then found a network based on it.
And I want to see what's in the room and what was in the suitcase that I couldn't get into.
Oh, very practical. Yeah.
Why not?
No, it's practical. Yeah. What?
The newspaper.
Okay. Oh, the newspaper. Yeah, that would be good. All right. So the professor goes through the ceremony in a straightforward, unmystical manner, more as though he was mixing chemicals than going through a magic spell. Often he looks at the book. Often as he mixes chemical and it pours things into the glass itself, which again is like lantern shaped, but there's an opening at the top. The chemicals seem to disappear or turn into smoke as he pours them in there. He mutters to himself frequently, and why does this rotate the view from portrait to landscape while I'm looking at it? So everyone, go ahead and give me a stability check.
4.
I got 4.
6.
Okay.
I'll spend 2.
All right.
Thank God.
Yeah, 4.
Really good choice.
All right, did anybody fail?
Yes.
All right.
Most
Failed really
mundane
hard.
requests. And
Bill, you get a very special vision.
is this like a very special episode?
Cthulhu reaches out and touches you.
Inappropriately.
You think about ways you can prove the existence,
Yes.
but you think you as you look into the smoke that is produced from the glass, you see sunlight, a window, and then you blink your eyes and you're in a hotel room. You look out. You recognize this room. It's a hotel room in New York. It's day. It seems very familiar, and then you realize you've seen a photo of this before. It's the Chelsea Hotel. It's the room. It looks
My
like.
dawning horror, I am Jackson Elias.
But the room itself, it's the same room, but it's different. The mattress is bare, the furniture is gone, the door's been nailed shut from the inside. There is a smell of ozone, chlorine, and sulfur in the air. As you awaken, you realize the sunlight is much ruddier than normal, like sunset. You're dressed in a tattered suit that is badly torn in several places. In the distance, you hear what sounds like thunder, perhaps artillery. Rising from your rough bed, you make your way to the fire escape and climb down to the alley below. You move. You seem to not have control over your actions, as though you're in a dream.
Weird.
It is filled with great heaps of trash. The alley is, including the burned shell of a car. The model's unfamiliar to you, oddly bulbous and of a garish color, but the manufacturer, it is a Ford. It seems like
Or a PG Cruiser.
yeah. At the end of the alley, a broadsheet poster slapped over an advertisement for a hair tonic loudly proclaims, "See Nyarlathotep, the amazing." Reaching the street, you are startled to see that nearly every street lamp bears a noose. Most of the nooses are occupied by some sorry victim, now dead many months or more. The street is littered with wrecked cars, overturned carts, and all manners of debris. Here and there are human bodies in various states of decay. Their poses suggest a great panic. Their arms, thrown up above them, their mouths curled back in horror. You make your way through the ruined city northward toward Central Park. The destruction and death you encountered earlier is everywhere and inescapable. At times, you feel you are being watched, but see no signs of life apart from the occasional rat. Large and misshapen ones at that. There's one with 2 heads. Another in near.
Strange, those didn't look like rat faces.
Yeah. And another one, you see one rat, then 2, then you see a great grouping of them, but their tails all tied together in between them. Each
He is
unable
the
to
rat
escape.
king. He can't do anything.
And the strange birds you can see circling high above in the dusky orange sky. They look like crows, but not. They occasionally have, human features, perhaps? You see a man. Yeah. One of the corpses seems to have a bird growing out of his skull. At the intersection, you find the wreck of an overturned bus. Someone has splashed the symbol for the cult of the bloody tongue, the same symbol you saw carved on poor Jackson's face after he was murdered. The symbol is painted on the roof in brown paint. Reaching the park, you suddenly behold a
That's
scene.
not paint.
Yeah, it is brown paint. Yeah, no. You suddenly behold a scene of mass horror, bodies heaped like cordwood in great mounds, and crawling over these heaps of remains are things that, though they walk on 2 legs, cannot be called men. They are cloven hooves or worse. Beyond the great mortuary mounds, you can see the signs of a great fire that has destroyed much of the city beyond. As you silently survey the awful scene, you're suddenly aware that some great force is moving across the land. You hear the thud. Another thing was like an earthquake. In the distance, you see, but then the smoke parts and you see it. A great three-legged titan strides across the ruined landscape. Yes. That sound that you have been hearing is its footsteps across the open land of park. Its two clawed appendages swinging as it moves, while its terrible sinuous red head twitches and it writhes. Suddenly it stops in its movement, and though it is miles away, it turns its bulk towards you. Though it lacks what you would call eyes, you know that its gaze has fallen upon you as it lets off a terrible, roaring nightmare of a howl. What little glass is left in the buildings shatters.
You came to the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker.
Yeah. You feel the very air grow electric as the sky above you grows. And
I was just looking for fourth. Can you point me to fourth?
It coalesces into blasphemous semblance of beings too awful of which to speak. Doom overtakes you, and you awaken. You lose one sanity. And
Any stability?
2. And and you gain a point of Cthulhu Mythos.
Another one.
Yes. So that's your vision.
Now, for the rest of the story.
Yes. Sulan, you see a vision of the man. You seem to be walking towards the door behind him. You panic for a moment as you're going into the door, and then you're through the door. As your heart suddenly calms. You did just crash into a solid object. You seem to pass right through it. You follow him. He winds his way through the mechanical room, as it is quite maze-like in there. The pipes are everywhere. Steam hisses nearby. But you see there is a niche in the wall, a hollow space between the pipes and the machinery. And he slides the suitcase in there. But before he does, he opens it up. And in there, you can see a glint of metal, and you can recognize the shape of a pistol barrel and some sort of firearm. And you see another odd sort of cylindrical shape. It takes you for a moment to realize. You realize it's a grenade, like a potato masher, one of the German weapons. But he looks at it, nods, and then slides the suitcase back in, and then he leaves. So that is your vision, Sean. So you see the newspaper that he was looking at before Olivia approached, that he was concealing. It is the Arkham Gazette, and he was reading about bodies found in the in an abandoned building, the Church of the Starry Wisdom, a building of ill repute. But he seems very interested in it, and he's underlined several names, including witnesses who found the bodies: Patterson and Fuda. So Professor Felix Fuda.
Weird.
Yeah. So he seems to be interested in them as well. Margot, what were you looking?
I just wanted some hint of what we're getting into in Australia.
In Australia, oh yes.
Nyarlathotep's face just pops up. Hey, guess what?
You see a man in the desert. He looks like he's been there a while. He's unshaven. It is the middle of the desert, but there is a river or a stream next to him that is out of which is pouring looks like very pure water. He drinks from it. There is a pack of wild dingoes that seems to be around him, but they seem friendly towards him.
He has a baby.
Yeah.
The dingoes, I get it.
Yes. That joke was coming. So you look at him. Yeah. Sorry.
What kind of piece of wood?
Caleb, you get way too methadone over here.
What?
Yeah. But past the stream, the hill out in the distance, you can see that the footprints that the man walked. He walked a great distance to get here, and there you can see the abandoned, like a work camp where like miners were digging a hole, like in the middle of nowhere. Although that hole is near a hill or a small mountain. It looks like it has a very. Do you have? geology, or I know you have outdoorsmen. Let's see here. You recognize that mound. You've seen photos of it before. It's the Great Mound. So this work camp is within sight of that. But it looks like there's a ladder leading down, and in that you can see it goes down into a tunnel. Looks like they found something down there. Somebody led them there, but there were a lot of people there, but they're all gone except for him. But then you see a flash of a light down in the tunnel, and then something moves between your view and the light. Something monstrous. You recoil, and the vision ends for you. So no stability check, but you have an idea of what you're looking for now. Olivia, all right, trying to find your brother. Okay, let's see here. You're underground, and you see there's a staircase, and there are men struggling up a bit. It's a staircase for giants, and you hear footsteps coming up them as they're trying to outrun something, and then you see it. There is a giant there with a vertical mouth, where its head splits apart to reveal this massive set of jaws, and it roars at them, and you just recoil in horror. Give me a stability check.
Okay.
To be specific,
I'll go ahead and spend 2 on that.
Yeah.
Nope, it's like a wish spell. It's never going to turn out well.
6.
All right.
It would have to be a legal contract.
You see that? You see Darlington's one of the men. He's climbing up the stairs.
Well, actually, I would ask. I'm sorry, this is out of character. Since given he has a different body, do I recognize it as my brother or just?
Oh yeah, you don't recognize him as your brother. Yeah,
you see that.
That's right.
Tall black man with the tattoo. So.
Yeah, you see that.
Sorry, not to be metagaming.
No, that's true. You see that, and that's where your vision ends.
I think that's just the story.
Yeah, you see that, and yeah, you don't recognize him. But so you're kind of confused, and you're like, as you're questioning it, that you lose the vision, you lose your concentration before you can finish. So Omri, you're trying to find out who is causing the visions, or what?
Oh, I don't think I'm real anymore.
Okay, you don't think you're real anymore.
I think my thesis of the dream round is that I was dreaming everyone into existence was basically correct.
Yeah.
But then I realized that I'm not real either.
So someone's dreaming it all into existence. It just ain't.
You see a Mormon. His name is Sandy Peterson.
All right, that's good. No, I'm good with that.
And a Roman Catholic from Chicago.
Interesting.
No, you actually you see yourself as you thought you were, a young Russian man who was writing poetry in his room. Give me a stability check. You acknowledge you're real. At least this hallucinatory vision is telling you you're real. So. That can't be right.
Can't be right.
Yeah. All right. So
hallucinatory visions, they don't make them like they used to.
Yeah.
You can see that so as all of you recoil or recover from your visions, one way or the other, you can see the other 4 people who are with you are also having visions. And Professor Patterson in particular is having trouble. He wakes up in a cold sweat. He looks at him and says, "This is." There are 4 others: Patterson, Fuda, Hangrove, and Richard. So they, Professor Patterson in particular is horrified. He says, "This is over. I have
1 minute, sir. One more thing, sir.
Okay.
I have a question
Okay,
about the Church of the Starry Wisdom, sir.
What? Why would you ask about that? How could you even know about that?
Vision, sir.
God damn it! What about it?
Is there anything you could help explain for me, sir? I don't really understand it, sir.
They were trying to. It was awaken. It was something connected to a madman in the Mongolian deserts, a Russian named Baron Schoenberg, I think, or something like that. They were trying to awaken something they could not put down. It's the pyramid. I don't know. We were going to Mongolia to find it, to stop it. Why not?
Crossing it way over, huh?
So this is going to end in a Mongolian barbecue, right?
Yeah. We just have to get to the site first and make sure nobody else can call it up or disturb the pyramid. Yes. Anyway, but it may be too late. It's too late. I woke something. No, everyone out! Everyone out! So he just ordered it. It's his room, so he will order you all out. So unless,
Do any steak knives?
Is there anything in the room that would be worth collecting?
Give me.
On the way out, since he is distressed.
Yeah, sure.
We steal all of his sugar packets.
Maybe some hot sauce packets.
This bourbon, it's mine now.
Bourbon would be good. Scotch would be better.
Take the tiny soaps.
You can take
We
those.
need them.
Maybe a towel or two. Mrs. Balumko would like one of
If
these
it could
towels as a souvenir.
If it can be sharpened, we need it.
Yes. The new and improved soap shiv.
What would he have in his room?
We need to death.
Let's see here. You actually see some ammo.
Burns like hygiene.
What type of ammo?
Let's see here.
Drop this in the shower.
He has 22 ammo.
Wait, is that the count or the gauge?
The caliber. 22 bullets. Like 22 caliber bullets. There's a couple of shells on a table.
I pocket those.
Okay. Yeah.
Good. If Nyarlathotep manifests as a can, we'll be safe.
Hey, 1,000 masks, one of them has to be canned.
I could
One of
stuff him
them's
in a
gotta be a
cigar. I could just stuff him in a cigar and offer it to him and say, hey, you want a light? That is a very odd color.
That's because it's been brewing for a while. It's green. Anyways, I probably brewed it too warm too. Anyways, so because I didn't wait too long after I boiled it.
Color.
All right, so it's about 8:00 now. So you have dinner, or you all can be invited.
I'm trying to think who would be able to. I don't want to bring too
We
many
can have a
people.
dinner party. Wouldn't be an
Well,
RPPR campaign without a dinner party.
Wouldn't it?
Given the fact that he's already dismissive of the lower classes, it may be good.
He has
bring,
a servant, so you can always sell them as or members of your entourage. He's not going to be that rude.
but at least I think a smaller collective of people would go through Margot. So he
I'm
said,
in class.
She can get there on her own dime, basically.
well, if you would like to come with me as a friend,
Oh,
that's like friend to at least legitimize it, and we could also bring back Lieutenant. Or not bring back Lieutenant.
I think somebody needs to keep an eye on Omri.
Okay.
Omri can go.
Whatever. I can do
So-
that.
Do you really want to bring Omri?
But you said that Sulan was acting as a servant of yours, and
Well, to one person, someone can dress up and pretend to be,
and you can talk to the servants while we are
a
we are
wealthy
attempting.
Chinese, woman from Shanghai.
Because there are certain things that at least the servants will
Right,
talk
but I'm
about.
not dressed as a servant anymore.
Her disguise is so good, she could dress up like me.
Yeah.
So
But no, like she could be it's very cosmopolitan here. So a
I'm
wealthy
from Russia.
Chinese woman.
My
would be-
family is from Smolensk.
That's a place.
that's fascinating, Omri. But again, we've already talked about the honor guard issue.
Like I said, somebody needs to keep an eye on Omri.
So
And I have exactly one eye. so It's perfect.
valid excuses for all of you.
yeah, if you want to, I'll try to make up excuses. But this is my
I'm a fascinating writer.
duly noted.
Anyway.
So
Debatable.
Lydia's entourage.
All right, so you're all going.
People always
Ross
underestimate
deciding
me on
for
that score.
All right. So let's.
I don't have to go. I was just saying.
So well,
It's a dinner party.
Bill-
Go.
Yeah. So if you want
It'll
to.
be fun.
All right.
If Omri's going, I'll go.
Okay. Although
All right.
we do have more to speak about. I need to ask about the tattooed man.
Can I give him give Omri another steak knife?
Yeah, sure.
God damn it!
Do I
You're
need
too
a preparedness roll for that?
No, you can filter pretty
It'd
easily.
be like Drax.
Can I give her half the ammo too?
Yeah, you can give her some bullets. Yeah.
Here's some bullets too. Do with that what you will.
What are these?
Bullets.
Oh, are they made from pieces of your soul? The time-traveling bank robber I met would make bullets for the soul.
They could collect pieces of souls.
He fired him from a golden gun. We journeyed through the underworld to get back.
That's very nice, ma'am.
Yes.
Sounds romantic.
Anyway,
Shiny.
that's like, shall we attend?
All right. You actually have
Let's all go to the party.
You're dining at the captain's table.
Holy shit.
Yes. So,
I like the big cigar.
and actually, although Omri, as you're passing by on your way to the dining room, you do see a priest who is reading a newspaper outside, and strikes you as very suspicious because it's a priest.
Reading it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So Omri is anti-clerical.
apparently. I was just.
I will go over and talk to the priest.
Oh, hello. Yes. I'm just enjoying the newspaper.
I was going to go to a dinner party, but you caught my eye in a plot-relevant way.
Jesus.
Meanwhile, I'm diverted to make sure that somebody is paying attention to Omri on the.
I'm just reading the newspaper. There's nothing to be alarmed about. I don't know what plot you're talking about. I certainly don't plot.
I've obviously cast myself as the outsider amongst this group. So, my only utility in moving forward towards the conflict is to get information from people like you. So what do you know?
I have you been saved by the Lord?
I've been saved by many lords.
So
Do you work for Nodens?
what is Nodens?
You have to tell me if you work for Nodens.
No, I work for the church.
Caleb gets all the points.
The Vatican? Yes.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Yeah, it's
Or I
Catholic
was
priest.
He did
when I
say
was a man.
priest.
Yeah, not preacher.
Well, Episcopalian, Anglican are also.
No, he's got the priest
Okay.
collar and everything.
That still doesn't per se narrow it
Your
down.
body was Protestant.
Anyway.
Anyways, yes, but
Nothing.
are you making any
I
spends?
suppose.
Sure.
Okay, what do you?
Intimidation.
Okay. Yes.
You're an atheist in the 20s.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I mean, you won't tell anybody, but I'm technically not supposed to be up here. I am, but people let me pass, of course, because I'm a priest. But I didn't buy I couldn't afford a ticket for this deck. But there's such a nice view. What's the harm? Are you going to the dining room?
I was, yes.
Oh, who are you having dinner with?
A count.
A count? Oh, hello. Is this your friend?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I didn't know you know a count. That sounds very important. Who is this a count of?
Russian, I think, sir. We just met him, sir.
Oh, very fascinating. Is he? You're very. Are you very important? I guess you must be quite wealthy too.
She's very special, sir.
I see.
That's honesty.
Well, I'm just here enjoying the newspaper. I'm not just here.
When does he?
That's honesty.
Okay.
Somebody else has it.
He's clearly you make him 1 point spend.
Yep.
All right. Clearly, the priest is very nervous, and he has already admitted that he is not supposed to be up on this deck. So he is very. So yeah, what do you do?
I have several questions I'm tempted to ask him, but I will hold off for a bit. I will lie in wait.
Scotland Yard, International Waters Division.
No, I'm not pulling that card.
So no one stopped you
Yes.
just because you're a priest, and that's why
Yes.
you're up here?
Yeah.
And that's all you have to tell me.
Well, that's all I mean, unless you want to talk about theology and how to save your soul. You seemed like a person in stress. Would you like to confess?
When will the attack come?
What attack? I don't know of any attack. Very
Horribly
nervous.
uninteresting.
What?
So you must just be here as a plot
Very,
point to
very
delay me.
nervous, especially when you're bringing up attacks and things like that.
Does my special eye get anything?
No. Just a person.
Omri,
Yeah.
the lieutenant, I believe we are already late. So
All right.
Oh,
It's not my fault. This priest is not as interesting as he should be.
I'm sorry to hear that, Omri. I truly am, Father.
Yes. No. It's fine. It's fine.
Stay in my subconscious if you have nothing to contribute.
I make a mental note.
Omri, you need to confess or to relieve your sins. You know, they're weighing you down,
The
obviously.
decks have an obvious metaphorical structure for this very reason.
All right.
Stay below where you belong. Unhand me.
All right. So you head on.
I forgot how much I missed Omri as a character.
So you all head back to the dining room. The Count is a good conversationalist, he and the captain. They make small talk about, current events, which, of course, you two are kind of a little out of the loop because, missing time. But that's easy to gloss over.
Nod and go along.
Yeah. The Count, of course, is quite angry at the Bolsheviks and the Soviet Union. He is quite angry about that. His bodyguards are, of course, lingering and eyeing everyone. So they're just making polite small talk unless you want to bring up something. No.
Specifically, once there's a lull in the conversation, I'll go ahead and bring up, just kind of quiet. Actually, I'll bring up in Russian. Just outside. So you had mentioned something of a business proposal.
Yes, if your family is willing to help finance an expedition I'm going to be launching. It has come up and has been verified by several experts that my family has a connection to a Baron Schoenberg, and he was actually granted a title in the Mongolian kingdom, as it were. And there are actually several people who've reached out to me, and would like me to reclaim this title, and there are certain lands that I would have available to me through backing one of the generals who's trying to unite his country.
But I already was given an offer by a Nigerian prince.
Yes. But yes, I am quite eager to. That is sort of my purpose here, is to help investigate this and see if I have a solid holding. Mongolia is a land of vast mineral wealth. There's a lot of wealth in the ground below it, and I believe we could do quite well there. Omri, you're understanding this too, because you speak Russian.
Is Omri writing it down?
No. So he is. Yeah. So that is his proposal. And if you're willing to help finance it, you could. Will be many businesses started there to mine and exploit the wealth there, and your family could own many of these companies.
So. That certainly does sound like a profitable venture, although I assume you already have trained geologists and historians who are on site to be able to validate your claims.
Yes, I have reached out. There are actually some people I will be recruiting. They're on the ship that I will be using for this. And there will be... others joining us. We will be going from Sydney to Shanghai and then up north.
So, if only just to get the information, to be thorough about the information I'm collecting for my brothers. Who are the other people that you're looking to hire on? They may want to investigate them themselves before providing the investment.
Yes, my valet can provide you with some names, but there's someone on the ship, Professor Fuda, who you would be able to talk to. He is quite eager to start. He's an archaeologist, but he's also trained in geological sciences, so he would be able to provide information that is necessary to verify the claims. It's been verified by top men, of course. Top men.
Fuda's moving to the private sector.
Yes.
He must be killed.
Although I will go ahead.
This isn't a public university.
Would I get anything off of him for? He's making a lot of promises.
It's not real academic work. Tenure means tenure, Miss Cthulhu.
I'm making a lot of promises with
for life. Blood in, blood out.
What would it your point spent on assess honesty give?
For 0, he seems sincere. For 1, if you want to spend it, do you want to spend that?
Yes.
All right. For 1, he does know Fuda. He may be fudging the relationships a little bit, but I mean, he's not just trying to con you. This is a thing he's committed to.
Okay.
So he obviously believes that there's no chance. He's very secretive, but he obviously must be trusting you to reveal this kind of information.
So he seems to be literally just in it for the money. So
well, he believes he has a legitimate claim to power too, and knowing what you know, he's probably like, hey, Mongolia is close to Russia, and if I could raise an army in Mongolia, I could strike a blow against those Bolsheviks.
The man who would be czar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You do know that he would have a distant claim to the throne if he could just get rid of all those pesky communists.
Out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny what money will do for you.
And so he believes he can raise an army of people to do that. What better to start in Mongolia?
So, well, it definitely adds definitely a potential for lucrative business.
Yes,
so.
There's a wireless here. You could telegraph. You could send a message to your brother, to your family from here.
I will. I will probably be doing that later tonight. So they like to keep tabs on where I am, especially since my older brother went missing.
So. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I too lost many of my family has gone missing. Some of which weren't. They weren't all me. I mean,
well, Ambrose just became lost after the Great War, so in more ways than one.
Yes,
so.
they claimed many souls, and some of the casualties didn't die until years later. Very.
How very polite.
Exactly what I was thinking.
I will go eating, and...
Okay, so you got that?
Russian poetry.
Yeah.
What does the point of law get me?
What kind of information would we figure
About
out?
his plan.
Obviously it would be, in international law. You know that, for 1 point spin, you can make that.
So I tell him the same laws that would place him as king by raising an army in Mongolia to invade Russia would invalidate his claim to the throne because he's raised a foreign army to attack Russian soil, thereby convicting himself of treason and demanding he be executed by himself.
I like that.
Yeah.
I explain this in perfect Russian.
Yes. He pauses for a minute, cuts his steak, takes a bite. Your command of the law, your analysis is quite astute, except for one thing. I would have an army who was loyal to me, and I would just make new laws.
Are they speaking English at this point?
No, it's in Russian. The rest of you can tell that this is he obviously she just put him in the burn war.
I kind of look over. You have to forgive Omri. He is fascinated by hypotheticals. Oh, sorry.
It's like bats.
You really have a weak understanding of the language. You haven't gotten gendered pronouns.
Yes, well, you're obviously very well educated people, obviously, and I can understand their outrage. Women, of course, are unused to bloodshed and do not like the rough trade of war and conquest. I can understand being squeamish about such things. I just understand, but you have to understand laws are meant to be rewritten by strong men and powerful conquerors such as myself.
You get a steak knife.
Yeah.
You get a steak knife.
So he's just like whatever.
Omri,
he's kind of a sexist.
Steak knife.
She's got more than one at this point.
Yeah, she is.
You have a bandolier somewhere.
She is more steak knife than woman now.
I do notice starting to be worried that Lydia is going to take away her steak knife, and so I flag her down and say,
Margot,
fine.
this could actually be a really good mental illness for your character. Is compulsive hoarding, just like, hey, she's got the right idea, steak knife.
can we really have more than one of those though?
Yes.
You can. Well,
There's a ship full of steak knives.
Yeah.
From which we will
Speaks
later
of raising
construct
armies,
a
he does
ship.
not even have a single deck umbrella. You can beat him.
Yeah.
He had a cannon that shoots down.
So you guys can talk to the Count too if you guys want to make any spins on the Count or his personal food taster, who is his valet. As well, so he has a food taster and 6 other bodyguards. But he invites you all to shuffleboard tomorrow. He will be playing. So you guys got out on the promenade. We have it reserved. Yeah.
I'd really love to talk to him about geology. I mean, provided any of that wasn't in Russian enough to where,
Yeah, he does not clearly trust you guys enough to explain the business deal, but obviously...
Oh, and I will give you full details. I'm not...
Later.
Yeah. Well, do you mention that is your character an expert in geology? Or do you have it trained?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a point in geology.
Exposition goes to bit.
It's the 1920s, and he wrote a book. He's an expert in everything.
Exactly.
This is true.
I'm really a little
Very
bit
true.
polymath.
Yeah. So you can make a spin if you want to figure out more about the geology of Mongolia.
I will extract the delicious plot.
You realize there in 1920s mining technology. There's not a mass. It's not worth this kind of risk to if you wanted to
It's
make.
natural gas. There's no way they can tap it.
Yeah, exactly. But Mongolia does have a lot of weird archaeological sites. In fact, there was a finding last year saying somebody, "Hey, we found something weird out here. Ancient ruins. We can't really tell what they are. They can't even tell what civilization they came from.
It doesn't look like a yurt.
So yeah, they found ruins buried under the ground, which is highly unusual for that part of Mongolia. Because nomadic people. So there's
Not one for ruins.
but it's so remote, no one's been able to go back there and even get photos of it.
It's Mongolia.
Yeah. And this 1925 antiquities trade is super lucrative and super unrestricted. So there could be a lot of money in just digging up artifacts and Indiana Jonesing them, or not Indiana Jones so much as the guy that stole from Indiana Jones.
I think it would be more...
Indiana Jones too.
He put it in museums.
He put it in a museum, but he's still illegally stealing them from other countries.
Yeah, but
it's shades of gray.
this is more Laura Crofting that it's in a sense of the character that I'm stealing because I can.
Yeah.
Actually, I have archaeology. Do I know anything more about that?
Actually, what would be I was going to bring up that point.
Okay, 1 point in.
You were jack of all trades, didn't you?
I told you guys I was covering all the bases.
With 1 point in archaeology, you actually have seen sketches of it that made it out of Mongolia. There is no one has claim on the site that Mongolia is Mongolia is pretty chaotic at this time in history.
This time?
Yeah, it's pretty stable.
There's a brief period where it's fairly stable, and everybody else around it is in problem states.
There's a lot of now it's basically controlled by it's pretty stable now. It's just China controls most of it, and there's some Nazis running around.
Trolls.
Yeah. But
China's
anyways,
not
it's
stable.
not like
really hard to
warlords
get
fighting
morphine
each
out
other.
here.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get morphine there.
Yeah. So no one has a claim to the site. No one's dug it up. People are trying to raise funds to do it. But the thing is, it's stone pillars and tunnels. And there are some references to a pyramid, but there's no pyramid above ground because that would be people. So people are wondering if there's some ziggurat or something buried under the ground. But the civilization is unknown. The few symbols and things that have been traced and put in journals do not match any known civilization.
Would an occult roll spend on occult?
Nope.
Okay, so
Really unknown.
It's really unknown.
okay.
What about that other thing that's like a cult but not?
but better.
Oh yeah, that.
You can make a mythos spin if you want.
What the hell, Darlington Ho?
Don't get cautious on us now, Aaron.
That's no way to talk about your character.
No, that's the family motto.
You suddenly have deja vu as you think about this, Darlington. You remember a dream that you'd forgotten about until right now.
You drop
Your
it.
journal fell off the desk.
It was of a you see a pyramid. In your mind's eye, you see a pyramid, but it is over. It is at night over some sort of wasteland, rocky wasteland. There are stars in the sky that don't look familiar at all, and there is a picket fence of corpses that are moving and writhing, and
mixed up.
No, I'm adding. It's just it's not going to be part of the campaign, but it seems.
Tubbs Carrington, no.
Yeah, no. You realize this is the something sleeps in that pyramid that should not be awoken. Yeah. And that is yeah.
Do I need to make a requisite stability?
No, you just lose 1 sanity.
So
Yeah. That's the dinner party. Unless there's any other questions or anything. There's some polite chat and whatnot.
I pick up 4 more steak knives to hand to Omri later.
Yay!
That would be a Phil's check to get that many.
3?
No.
Do I get half as many?
Excuse me, sir. Those are our steak knives, not yours. No.
Somebody needs to be the enabler.
Thanks for being brave and making that choice.
So yeah, you all return to your rooms. You actually find your room.
Have I told them about what I saw in the vision?
You can talk to each other. Yeah, after the dinner party.
Right.
You can,
Yeah, I'll relay what I saw.
Coffee and brandy in somebody's stateroom.
Yeah.
We're
Right.
all,
So I
hypographia
fill,
notes.
yeah, so I fill everybody in on dude in 784 and his gun stash.
Yeah. Guns. Yeah.
Well,
Guns.
I know
I could
there's
probably
one
help
gun.
if we
You didn't see it in the entire case. You just saw part of it.
Well, I know for sure there's
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
Well, if we need
And a
to,
grenade.
well, if we need to access that, I could probably assist you with that.
Yeah.
How?
You said the door was locked, right?
Yes?
I can pick locks.
You can I, but unfortunately someone caught me.
Oh, well,
Here, take this lockpick.
Well, it's
you, the master of unlocking.
Don't make Olivia's image. Anyways, so yeah, you can try and sneak out at night and get it if you wanted to.
Anybody want to go with me?
I will.
Okay.
so. Oh,
Anybody
I'll make.
And I have a
curious
question.
about-
I have a question about the ship in general.
Yeah.
Usually, when we ride on ships, weapons are not allowed. So, is
Yeah.
this also the case that these were snuck on board?
Yes.
Okay.
They would not be allowed.
We don't need weapons. They have steak knives on board.
They have steak knives, yes.
And deck umbrellas.
Deck umbrellas. So
We're good.
we're good. We're good. It's fine. All right. So
Is anybody else curious about Patterson and that involvement and wanting to follow that up?
Well, specifically, if we were looking at it, I think we should probably look over at Professor Fuda.
Maybe we should just poison the cat
Yeah,
and
but-
get it over with.
Fuda didn't seem as freaked out. Patterson seemed freaked out.
And
you don't know what he saw.
I know, but he
Channeling
seems like the
your
weaker
husband?
link here. So I feel like Patterson would just need a slight nudge.
Okay.
Over the edge of the deck.
Maybe put Omri in the same room with him for a little while. She's got 3 steak knives now, so...
Yeah. So what do you guys actually want to do?
Well, I'm going to wait until a reasonable time and then go and see if I can break in there.
Okay. So you wait at night. There will be crew members walking
I'll
about.
be kind of like the lookout, and we'll have a signal.
Okay.
We'll like have a
Are
special
you going
whistle.
with us?
Yes, I'll go ahead and assist
all right. This
with
will be a
that.
group stealth test.
Do you want me to go too?
Sure. Never hurts to have you around.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no more stealth, so somebody else.
Alright, I can put.
I have.
I have no stealth,
I'll
so
put 2 points into stealth.
Thank you, Mark.
Where are Bill and I?
That's up to you. I mean, you guys were all making your plans
Do
together.
we want to go with them or go to Patterson?
I think 6 people breaking into one tiny
Right.
or if we want to split up 3 for the weapon stash and then 3 for Patterson.
That might work. Adding Omri to our mix. Because
All right,
you
Omri,
wanted to
you're
talk to
going with
Omri anyway, and you and Patterson could talk about her.
Omri doesn't seem to want to talk to me.
I'll talk to you.
Don't
It's
take
fine.
it personally.
I've been enabling Omri.
It makes sense. All the girls can go, and then all the guys can go in the other team.
You forgot, didn't
Yeah,
you?
you mixed it up again.
Forgot what?
It's all right.
You know, I've heard about this gender dysmorphia. It's fascinating.
I had a
actually.
cousin, sir.
No wonder you're
That's
being so
good.
understanding.
That's good. You shouldn't have married her.
And see, me calling you he is when we dreamed about
Everyone
each other.
knows gender is a social construction, like boats and air and everything.
in the stock market.
Fascinating.
All right. So,
Years too early for dairy now.
Will, what are you doing?
Well, Patterson did sort of throw us all out of his room, so I mean, I kind of feel like, knocking on the door and being like, "Hi, we're the people who saw you freak out earlier.
How you
You want to talk?"
We could check on him, make sure he's okay.
Okay, so even then, "Hi, I'm one of your former students who saw you freak out earlier. My friends and I wanted to check on you."
We want your opinion on this interesting subject.
What's Patterson in? What's his field?
He's conducting seances. I'm pretty sure Omri's going to be of interest.
History.
I'm also looking to food it.
Yeah.
Professor of history.
I mean, that's
He does a lot of stuff about the occult as well. So
fair enough.
So
Either way, I'm fine.
Yeah, I mean, I will go and knock on Patterson's door, I suppose.
okay, so you two are doing. So you're going there. Are you going? And so you're with Omri and
Boy team, girl team.
okay, so are you going to Patterson, or are you going to sneak up with the others too?
I'm going with them. I'll go with
Okay.
whoever.
Guys and girls.
Okay.
Guys,
All right, so team sneaky. Give me a group stealth test. All.
And I put 2 points into it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Somebody roll a die.
You wanna?
Go ahead, Aaron.
You don't want me to.
I haven't been doing great this time either. So.
I'm kind of okay with this. 6.
All right, total. All right.
Yeah.
With the total, you avoid the steward, who's keeping.
It's a strange green color.
Yeah.
Glass.
Yeah, it's a glass. Tinted glass.
It's not ooze.
Anne's gotten
Yeah.
into the Midori.
It's a
It's
secret
actually
use.
cooler, the last
Yes.
in the world.
So you get there. So who's picking the lock?
I can or you can. So how many points do you have in yours?
1.
1. As
Okay.
do I, so.
So here's
right
the thing: picking the lock will take time, and their stewards are walking by. You won't have enough time to pick it without breaking it. You can break it, and it's just broken open, or you have to keep one of the guards distracted in order to have time to.
Heyo.
Yeah.
Margot, you feel like flirting?
Sure.
Okay.
I feel like you have a better chance than I
really
do.
wish Omri could have gone now. I'd have been great at that job.
I don't understand this chapter of my life.
All right, so
You'll
Margaret,
still get your chance.
you see the steward, making his rounds. So what are you going to do? How are you
I'm
going
kind of up against the wall. With my hip out.
Strike pose.
Hey, sailor.
Good evening, ma'am. It's kind of light out. Are you lost? Do you need help?
I'm waiting for someone.
Oh, who are you waiting for?
Could be you.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really? Well, we're out of international waters. Drinking's legal.
Margo moves quick.
Would you like a drink from my hip flask?
Sure.
All right. So you don't even have to make a spin with that. That was a great line. All right. So Aaron, you make your spin.
Okay.
Chink. Mari, you can hear the door opening. The steward doesn't seem to notice. So are you going to keep him distracted the entire time, or are you going to try and get him to leave so you can join up with the others?
I'll keep distracting him a little bit longer.
Okay.
Okay,
So Sulan is leading the way because
Right.
you know where it is.
So I go straight for it.
Yeah, it's quite noisy and cramped because machine room, steam and pipes and blah blah blah.
Thank you, Aaron.
I think it's over this way.
Some great.
I'm not as good at Foley artist as bad, but I try.
Police work there, Joe.
So it takes you a moment. You find it. You reach in. You grab it. It's a very heavy case.
As I would expect.
So full of mercy.
Yes. You see that it has. What do these people have?
Jared, I can't help but notice that in the character portrait area you have written a block letter D.
That's all I can do right now. I can't really draw anything, so I will D for Darlington.
Let's see here. You see there are there are 332 revolvers and a hand grenade in the.
So I stop to open it?
Yeah, well, I assume that's what you're doing, right? Or no?
No, I'm taking it.
Okay, you're just taking it. Sorry. So
I
you
don't
rush
wanna
back
leave
out.
Margot
All right.
hanging.
So Margot, you hear them come back out as you're targeting. The steward has gotten a lot closer to you. He has his arm out on the thing.
He's leaning in.
Yeah, he's leaning
Been
in.
at sea a while.
Yeah, he has been in sea a while. It's been a whole week since they left San Francisco, so you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's rough for a sailor.
Yeah, apparently. So you can hear you. What are you going to do? How are you going to? You can hear your companions leave.
So I can come behind you.
Oh wait, go ahead.
I can come behind you, so all to that.
Yeah.
Margot!
Tell him you're going to meet him somewhere and then don't show up.
Margot, I can't believe this. One day out of shore, and you're already with the lower, that's like the lower levels.
I can't help
Downstairs.
myself.
What will your fiancé say?
He doesn't have to know.
Doesn't have to know. He's gonna know on the wireless. And you! Pointing towards them.
He looks at you. What? We were just sharing a drink. Would you like one?
No, but I was like, have you been challenged to a duel by nobility before?
What?
You're going to find out once we reach shore.
All right. Do you have intimidation? No. All right. Well, look. Dueling's illegal. And is he in Australia?
Actually, I do.
He's Australian.
Was he meaning like I'm going to be
King of Australia.
Yeah. He doesn't find it very credible.
Well, clearly my dear friend Lydia is upset, so I should do as she wishes and leave.
Should really be hanging.
Dear Penthouse.
The name's Marley. If you ever need anything, ma'am.
Get
Thanks,
up,
Marley.
stand
Can I
up.
give a wink?
All right. Yeah. All right. So, meanwhile, you guys get back
to Team Snarky.
back to Team Patterson.
Thank you.
You catch up to the. You get to his room. It's locked, obviously. What do you do?
I'll knock.
There's no answer.
Knock with your steak knife.
Well,
I think I hear someone in distress inside.
Okay. Are you going to pick the lock or kick it down?
Want to just kick it down?
shine on, you crazy diamond.
All right.
I'm going to go find Fuda because,
Okay.
Yeah,
you know where his room is too.
I will slip a note under the door.
Okay.
Hope you're well.
You want to go with?
Hope you're feeling well. Been studying Freud and Jung's work considerably lately if you'd like to talk.
All right. Let's see here. You do see, actually, as you go down to slide the door, you see that a note's already fallen down. You look at it, it says, "Do not disturb." It looks like he put a "Do not disturb" sign on his door, but it didn't,
Take.
Yeah, it didn't take. It just fell off.
Do we smell ozone, sulfur, etc.?
No. Nothing. There's the scent of incense, but that's probably
Leftovers.
Anything that would indicate that a human has been spatchcocked inside?
Wow. You don't know. I mean, you can't. You could
There's no
keep.
blood
The
oozing
legs
under
are
the door.
way too long.
Yeah. It's a little
The
too.
hip bone structure's all wrong.
Oh.
You can make an evidence collection roll or spend.
Oh, we'll spend one.
Okay, you put your ear to the door, and you can hear
Is
this.
this Fuda's door?
This is Patterson's door,
Okay.
the guy who ran the sounds. You actually hear the sound of rope, taut rope.
Yep, I break down the door.
All right,
What sound does rope make?
when it's taut and swinging.
Creak, creak.
Yeah.
Now that you've had 4 examples, do you get it?
I was just testing out Ross's Foley skills.
Jeez.
Okay, so
When I see rope, I hear Dud's tap. The siege is fun.
breaking down the door, I'm a homicide detective,
Right.
so I can get away
Athletics
with this. 2. That'll be a 3.
Ow, my shoulder.
Yeah, you hurt your shoulder. You take a point of damage.
Can I try again?
I will spend 2. 4.
You knock the door
Freakishly
open.
strong.
Yeah, she slams the door open. That makes some noise, and you bust the door open. But you see, the professor has hung himself. There is a note taped to his dresser. So At this, Omri, you don't have to make a stability check.
Homicide detective.
Yeah, you don't have to make a check either. Yeah, you've
Feels
seen.
like home.
It looks like he did hang himself. You can give me a forensics check to make sure he did hang himself.
Okay.
Or is this being someone else face?
2.
Yeah.
Forensic.
No, you just make a
forensics
spend. A spend.
I don't have it.
I thought I
You're in
oh.
forensics?
Then no.
You said forensics or photography, so I went.
No, I said you could do both, but it's.
Oh, then I'll do both.
Okay. I would say they would be good ideas for skills for a detective, aside from evidence.
Then I spend the forensics.
Okay, you spend a point of forensics, and it does appear, he did hang himself. It doesn't look like somebody just killed him and faked it.
Sad.
So,
What does the note say?
the note says,
What does the note say?
I thought it, but I wasn't going to go there. But
Don't
you had to
worry.
just drag
Will.
it.
it says, I saw too much, I cannot go on.
Really? At this point is the time he decided he's seen too
The
much?
thing in the
We don't know
pyramid,
what he's seen.
the sleeper in the pyramid will awake. They are waiting now. Please give my personal effects to my cousin Maurice in London and burn my books in this room.
Books in the room!
Yoink.
Yes. So, you can. Let's see what books.
Filch all the books.
Yeah, you fetch all the books. As this is going on, you're gathering up the books before you get the steward here. You also there is the lantern, the glass of the glass or the lantern, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, mythos artifacts haven't been horrible to us so far.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Hey, the chameleon was awesome.
You can hear the ship's horn. Yes. Which is quite unusual at this time of night. It is late, like 10 o'clock, something like that. You guys are near the what is your immediate reaction when you hear the horn?
Are we on deck?
Yes.
We look around.
What does a horn
Port or starboard?
It'll wake you up more.
Oh.
There is... if you have outdoorsmen, so actually you would know. You know that's often basically the equivalent of a car horn. Hey, get out of my way. Like there's a ship approaching. Something like that.
Oh.
There's your
I'll
pirates.
suggest we go up on deck and see what's going on.
All right, you go up on deck. You can see it. You can see a yacht that is drifting perilously close towards the ship. It does appear to be unmanned.
Everybody's dead
the
of
Mary
a horrible
Celeste.
disease.
And there is also a fog rolling in.
I don't
So,
like
Is it rolling with the ship?
yes.
Son
That's
of
not
a...
mysterious.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're
I'm going to open the case.
Where's the other professor?
Fuda?
Fuda?
Let's go to his room and make sure he's not also hanging.
We have everything from this room.
Yes, you have looted it.
We've looted the room.
Yes. There is a steward down the hall. He sees you leave the room.
I tell him, lock the door, don't let anybody in. Scotland Yard, homicide, tape off the door.
You don't have jurisdiction. You go off. And this door has been busted open.
I give 0 cracks. Just keep walking.
What? Oh my god!
Authority
He
figure here.
yells out and starts running out to get out of their help. So give me a stealth check to avoid him seeing the books in your arm.
I thought he had the book.
Well, you're leaving the room at the same time. I
Okay,
assume.
so is it a group stealth then?
Yeah, it could be a group stealth.
I will throw a point. You have nothing?
Okay, go for it.
Do you have anything?
I didn't
Stealth.
pick exactly the same character.
Do you have any stealth?
Yeah, I have quite a bit.
Okay, I'll throw 2. You want to throw 1 and guarantee it?
I'll throw one, yeah.
That'll be a 5.
All right, with a 5, yeah. He does not see the books. The hallway is dark. And so he goes off to get help. But you guys run off to get Fuda, and only takes you a minute or two to get to him. He opens the door. He's in his bedclothes, pajamas, basically. He's like,
Professor Fuda, there's been a horrible tragedy.
What? Oh my god. So you tell him.
Yeah.
Patterson took the events at Arkham very hard. And he's been using that glass.
The events at Arkham?
What happened to Arkham, sir?
Well, there was this... I don't know what else to call it. The cult, the Bloody Tongue, and they were in New York, but something happened to them, and they scattered. And they've been, some of them went to Arkham, and they tried to call up something, but it went horribly wrong. And We were called in to investigate strange sounds at the this abandoned building that used to be the headquarters of this strange cult, the Church of the Starry Wisdom. But that was years and years ago. But this new cult was trying to pick up where the old one left off, and we think we stopped it, but we don't know if there's some horrible thing waking up, or might be woken unless we put it into it. Someone's trying to go to Mongolia and destroy it, or to wake it up or something. We're just trying to make sure nobody can wake it up.
With a cult, are any of those names familiar?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with Cthulhu mythos, it's familiar too. So,
well, I asked about a cult.
Okay, the Church of the Starry Wisdom. You know that they were.
Stunner, you son of a.
It's an esoteric organization that fell apart around the turn of the century. But they were active in New England. They rumored that at first they were seemingly benign. It was a public organization, but they had secret ceremonies and did horrible things, and
there was that weird thing in the thunderstorm in Providence.
Yes,
etc.
exactly. So you get a piece. Someone is trying to lure the Count to finance a dig in Mongolia so they can awaken the thing. But that was the plan B, because apparently their first option in the church, the food and the other, stopped them from awakening it in Arkham. And this all happened. Actually, started happening around mid-February, which these two told you that they foiled the cult in Kenya in about that time. So apparently this was maybe a plan C or D.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It's not just a lot of masks.
Yes. So that's what you figure out, but you hear the horn. So anyways, back on deck. You open up the case. You see the one grenade, 3 revolvers with ammo.
I hand them out.
Okay.
Ladies.
I keep the grenade.
Okay, yeah. So you have those.
Once upon a time,
you can see some of the
girls.
crew members are going on the decks below you, readying ropes. Looks like they're trying to. Looks like the yacht is adrift. Nobody's on there. As the fog is rolling in, and they're trying to steer around it to not, crash into it. So that's going on. The 3 of you can give me a sense trouble check.
Oh boy.
Nope.
I only got 3.
Okay.
I'll spend 2.
Okay.
No. 8.
All right. Livia, as they're watching the ship, you hear scraping from behind you. And you look over, and you see a person soaking wet who has climbed up the side of the ship. But he has climbed... You're at the top of the ship, and this is a very tall ship. And he has a knife between his teeth. And he does not seem to have realized you have noticed him. But he is hunched over...
I am the captain.
Yeah. He is, sort of... he would be fat, but you can't tell if he's heavily muscled or not. He's sort of hunched over, bald, sort of bulbous looking. Anyway.
Point him out to both of them.
All right, you point them out. He sees you. And he whispers, let's stay quiet, ladies, or else.
Yeah, pull the guns out. Sir, I need to... all 3 of them. Sir, we need to see your boarding pass.
Say quietly. Don't empty revolver.
All right, he stops.
It's very uncommon to fire all 6 shots from a revolver.
I'm not firing. You're just pointing a gun. It's just like, sir, we need to see your boarding pass.
All right, he runs. He runs down. Yeah, he runs.
Well, there's 3 women with guns. What would you do?
I thought he was still climbing up the ship.
No, he got to the top.
okay.
He's
I was trying to imagine he's running on
He just got over the railing. Sorry. By the time you did that, he got over the railing. So he's making a beeline for into the hallway that would lead into the ship. So what is your action?
I run after him.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Action squad.
All right, you're chasing after the guy.
Cthulhu's Angels.
So, Team Below Decks, you've heard that. What are you going to do next?
Okay.
What exactly did we hear?
The ship horn, and the distance you can hear some men yelling.
There's one thing I'm really interested in right now. I mean, from what Lydia told me about the Baron's claim, is there any way, did he say anything about how this claim was brought to his attention?
No, did not. He was very vague about that.
Huh. Okay. Is there any way with a point of history that I could, correlate some contents and, basically try to establish the veracity of that?
Point of history, you can think about it. So,
essentially, I'm thinking that, obvious, since you told us as much, that, someone is trying to force this claim.
Yeah, this is there was a Russian warlord in Mongolia during World War I, and this is obviously a claim to that. But
the genealogy seems a little suspicious.
This is manufactured.
So, what I'm really wanting
the Count believes it because he wants to believe it.
Right. I'm really trying to develop convincing evidence to the contrary.
Okay.
To essentially, prove to him that this is a conspiracy.
Yeah. No, you can. Yeah, you think of a good argument to do that. So while you're thinking about that, what are you two doing?
What's that lamp all about?
Well, you can make a point of Cthulhu mythos, and you can.
Okay.
Okay. As you do that, you think about it, you realize, actually, that type of glass is very unusual. It is from the plateau of Ling. It is.
Of course, it is.
It is used to view other worlds and other dimensions, especially if you use the right sort of chemicals, alchemist regions in order to activate it. In fact, that type of glass actually looks very familiar. You look over to your Scotland Yard companion, and it's the exact same type of glass. Someone gave him that, and that you can't possibly have any idea what it have an effect on a person having that kind of contact, because people they go mad when they view stuff too much, but they get addicted to seeing other planes and other business.
I have shards of
But the thing is, powerful beings can see back through it, so you can't just spy forever without raising the ire of something higher on the food chain, as it were. So it's a great spying tool, but it can be dangerous, especially if you're spying on the wrong people.
We have
Does that great spying tool give me anything in this room?
Well, obviously the glass, and you realize actually the entire air seems to be, as you look out, you can see the outer decks. You see the ship is rolling into fog.
Oh no! It's like the spray from Convergence.
It's not that bad. You're just getting this sort of odd feeling. Everything looks a little both sharper and more fuzzy at the same time. Something's changed about the entire environment. Omri, you actually feel a little more revitalized. You feel more comfortable.
Oh, he's here.
You're home, almost.
That's nice.
Yeah. It's like when you're in Ulthar or some other place. The rules are a little more relaxed. But with your spin, you realize using this glass must have awoken something, or got the attention of something nearby that is trying to get your that maybe wants this is probably going to come in and investigate what so there's that, but so what do you do?
Your eyes from Ling.
What does that mean, man?
It's a plateau. It's not very flat though. Seems misnamed. Anyway, it's this horrible slave driver man that curse me in a different body. This. You use the glass to see things, and it sees into you, and it's awoken something that's coming. I mean, we should probably kill ourselves and wake up in a different dream.
What if we smash the glass? Will that help?
I mean, we could try that, but there's always killing ourselves.
I thought we try smashing the glass first.
Well, I mean, you're the police officer, so
Okay.
they should be here by now. I'm going to go up to the deck with my spear.
Okay, you have your spear ready.
I try to smash the glass.
Okay, so as you go to the spear, as you're going up, you hear people running down the hallway, and you go up and you can see a man who looks deformed, like his eyes are bulbous. He's kind of hunched over, bald. He's dripping wet. He's carrying a knife, and in the distance you can hear, "Oh, your friends are chasing them," but none of them notice you. Yeah.
God damn it, Bill.
Bill loses a fate point. This guy is being chased by.
I scream the true name of now to charge as my umbrella.
Okay. Give me a weapons check.
Okay. I will spend 3.
Here, I'll give you. Okay. All right, you literally impale him. Yes, you. Yeah, ow. Roll damage. I'll do a d6 plus 1 because you charged.
7.
God damn it.
Do you want to kill him, or do you just want to,
Well, what is he?
You know him. He is. There are tribes of men who made deals with the ones who live below the ocean. This is one of the result of one of those unions.
Oh, yeah, I'll kill that.
Okay.
That's not noted.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's one of the enemy. So he kills the guy. The umbrella goes through his chest and comes out the other end, and before the umbrella goes into the wall. The 3 of you give me stability checks. That was
Which 3?
the 3 who just saw Omri murder someone.
The ladies.
Yeah, the ladies.
5.
1.
All right, it's 1 stability. Holy crap, that was a little more intense. You hear his death rattle.
Does it drop its knife?
Yes,
I picked that up.
it's a nice knife. It's much better than the steak knives.
I dropped the steak knives.
Okay, you've upgraded.
I don't know. You can never have too many knives.
It's his choice. Anyway,
All right, I'll keep a steak knife.
you keep a steak knife.
And the weird
Yeah.
deep one knife.
Yeah, it's just
It's made of coral.
Yeah, it's not a coral knife. It's a knife.
That's not annoying.
Yeah.
What do those do? Are those your swords? They don't look very sharp.
I hate life.
She's pointing at your
Oh,
revolvers.
we should put these away before we
Right. Tuck them in.
Yeah.
drop first.
So, what are you guys doing?
Breaking the glass.
Okay, you break the glass. Give me stability checks.
Well, he's not. I am.
Yeah,
Are you going to run away before he does that? How are you breaking the glass, by the way?
I was just going to try and smash it.
With what? Your fist or just
Opa!
just drop it? Okay. Are you
More like throw it.
Okay, you're going to throw it on the ground. What are you going to do? As he picks it up and is about to throw it on the ground.
I was talking with Fuda.
Okay, in the same room.
Yeah.
All right, stability
Doing
checks.
history stuff.
Stability checks.
Yeah.
1.
Also 1.
All right. All right. You have one final vision as the glass shatters and turns into a mist of glass.
Glassy bits.
Yeah, glassy bits. But you see, you don't see, but in your heart of hearts that you have been, by using the glass, Patterson has awoken something nearby, relatively speaking, and it has come to investigate the ship. And this creature has lured the ship itself into an environment of more of its liking. Not this world, but the world of dreams. You're in between worlds right now. But it is coming. In order to do this, it had to anchor the ritual, its spell, into a creature. There's somebody on board the ship who is sleeping, who is dreaming all of this. If you can wake or kill that person, you will be able to escape the creature. But it is coming, and when it comes, it will probably be, well, you don't want to be here when it's here.
Does it take 4x damage from ship?
Yeah.
Like that would help.
Yeah.
Hey, it did that one time.
It'll
That
just
one
reform
time,
later,
but-
though.
Yeah.
So
The lumps just come back.
You just need to, you need to find somebody on the ship who is dreaming. Someone who
There's
is
2,000 people on this ship.
That's true.
Priest.
But
Get to wherever the horn is.
You will recognize the person when you see it, and will be ways. There are signs. The person has been latently imprinted by that creature for a while, and he knows.
It's the gills.
Yeah. So that's the problem right now. Find the dreamer to escape the doom that is approaching the market.
Do I know this as well? Because I know
Yes.
about the
And
glass and all that stuff. Okay.
Yes. You've suddenly you didn't realize that glass has been broken. Yeah.
would I feel that too with my dreamer?
You know you're dreaming, or you're in the world of dreams, but you're still here physically, so you can die.
That's
But on the other hand, hey, you have dreaming, so you realize things are a little more relaxed, and most of the people,
Don't worry. When we find the dreamer, everything will be okay. We have to make this look right, though. I pulled the umbrella out and then put it up
but this
over the
since-
corpse.
Since we've been here
It was an
before,
accident.
but since
I was never here.
Damnedest thing! Right from the sky onto the sharpened umbrella.
But from what you've taught me, Almarie, since we're here, that means our thoughts are manifest. It's malleable to us.
Yeah, that's why I have a real spear now. Oh, by the way, I have a real spear.
give me a dreaming check.
I will spend 4.
Okay.
Damn!
I have a very nice spear.
A spear clatters where the place where the oars should be for the lifeboats. A spear just clatters and falls to the ground. It is a
No, that would cost me one.
Yeah, it is a marvelous spear. That's when you all hear the screaming. Everyone on the ship does.
Is it in our heads?
Really love your segues, Ross.
Yeah. Someone is screaming. You can, you can't tell exactly. You can follow it if you run up to figure out where it is, or you can take other actions. Fuda and Richard and Hangrove are paranoid. They quickly produce derringers and other handguns.
Like all self-respecting Arkham.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a gun.
Yeah. It's your graduation present from the university.
It's meant for yourself.
Yeah.
You get it with your doctorate.
So they're quite
No,
paranoid.
Professor Sex Machine gets out his codpiece gun.
Just had to bring
Damn it.
that up.
So they don't know exactly what's going on, though. So you can try and spend your action to explain it. You can try to find the count, or you can find your other party members. So what is team?
You're like right outside the door, remember? Because we were running down the
Oh,
Yeah,
well, he ran. He ran out.
I'm with you guys.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
with you guys.
He switched teams.
He switched teams.
But we
so-
heard the running.
Yeah, you.
If
I
we
guess you
heard the
could've.
running, they'd have to be pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Well, he ran out, and then
Oh, it was
Inter-
like the same
I'll say okay. Yeah, just for the sake of expediency, you can guys all meet up near Fuda's room. So,
All right.
but yeah, you hear screaming nearby. You're in a thick
we
fog.
info dump the NPCs.
Yeah, you info dump. They say, "Well, wait, there's something in one of these books. We could try to use it to locate the person we need to find.
Great.
But it'll take time. And I feel we aren't alone on the ship anymore. I mean, that there's
Yup.
intruders.
what was your first indication?
Can I help with the
Would
ritual? at all?
library use help speed that up, maybe?
Yeah, you can try and do that.
Would narcotic help?
Yeah, you're the narcotic.
or occult. So
Yeah, or that.
All right, so is everybody going to perform the ritual? If you
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah. There's another way you can try and find it, and with the glass of Lang, you can do that. So, but somebody should probably stand guard. At least one person.
I think
I can stand guard.
I think Omri's our spear person.
So, are you going to stand guard or help in the ritual?
No, I'll
I don't
Your
know.
counterpart.
Margot has 10 firearms.
Yeah.
We
I'll
have
go
that.
and protect the
We're
women
staying-
folk.
You'll go and protect the woman. Okay, you have your spear ready.
Okay, I'll help with the ritual.
Omri doesn't
so.
know us well enough yet. We're the ones that do the protecting.
Yeah, she.
They are the only two that are
To be fair, I don't know myself very well either, so...
What a long, strange trip it's been.
All right, so team ritual. Give me a stability check.
5.
6.
It's my eye, dang it.
Yeah. All right.
My eyeball.
So the way this works is every round the ritual can take between 1 and 5 rounds. Each round you can spend one investigative point on a relevant ability, and basically the more points total that are put into it, the more exact of a location you'll get, the more aid you'll get. Of course, every round the threat will continue. You're totally vulnerable when this happens. Margot and Omri, you see two more of these the intruders.
The bonus people?
Yes. They are misshapen. Their eyes are bulging out of their heads. One of them has fangs instead of teeth, like more fish than man. But they are armed with blades, and one on each side. Neither of them has guns. So if you can make an attack roll before they even get here.
Aren't I standing with them?
Are you? Okay, I thought you were doing
the three of us.
Okay,
are kind of on card.
All right, so there's two of them and three of you.
I knew you were not antagonists.
So, let's see here. And all right, so we'll do the combat and then we'll do the ritual.
On his head
So, what do you? Are you? There's one. Yeah, there's keep on 1 and 2. So, which one are you going to attack, or what are you going to do?
I will attack Deep 1-1.
Okay. Well, I mean, are you just using the spear, I guess, more, or are you going to hang back? Because if you use the spear, you'll be in melee with them. They can't.
I'll hang back.
Okay.
Is this a spear you can throw?
You could throw the spear.
I could throw the spear.
You want to throw the spear?
No, I just dreamed it into existence.
Okay.
Hold on to that for another round.
All right, so you hold your action.
If I dream of another one, the spear market's going to depreciate.
Exactly.
Post-scarcity spears. There's going to be a spear market collapse.
Do I need to worry about shooting my gun?
You have the 32 revolver.
I do. Every time I shoot a gun, people come and want to arrest me.
International waters.
We've evaded it so far.
There's a yacht out there.
Also, archetypal realm of dream.
Yeah. All right, go ahead and give me a attack roll.
Yeah, I get the image.
Sorry.
Oh no, that's real. No,
I'll
my
add
joke
2
in a
to
minute.
it.
Okay.
So 7.
That hits. Roll damage. The hit threshold is a 4, so you need an 8 to critical hit. 3? Okay.
Well, but that was the.
That's the damage.
Yeah.
I honestly got the image once
It's a D6 minus 1. These are
once
light
Omri
pistols.
speared the first one, since we're doing the international water things. You just want to turn everybody. Hey, guess what? Your accessories too.
All right, Sulan.
I'm going to do the same. I'm going to shoot, and I'll shoot at the other one.
Okay.
And I'm going to add 1, so I get a 6.
All right, that hits. Roll damage.
Okay.
D6 minus 1.
There are no
So 3 as well.
firearms that are
3 as
minus
well?
1 by the dubs.
The what?
There are no firearms that do minus 1 by the dubs.
Oh, light. What does a light pistol do?
Plus 0.
Oh, okay, well then it's all right.
So it's 3 and
Minus
3.
1 is like punching somebody.
Yeah.
Well,
No, it's actually minus 2.
yeah, punching the minus 2. All right, 3 and 4. Sorry.
Sorry to quibble, but.
No, it's fine.
It's deep ones.
No, mine was a 3.
Okay, it was.
You got a 3 too, right?
All right.
You rolled a 3, yeah. So it's 6.
All right. So they close into melee.
What memory did you use for that sorcery? Tell me and I will hold it for you. No? Why are you looking at me like that?
So
I'll
you,
just stab one.
yeah, you have the first attack over that one. So go ahead and roll.
Spear stab.
I'll spend 2.
Okay. Need a 4.
No, I will miss.
All right. He will attack you back as you try and stab. He dodges out of the way. He will spend 1 on his weapon. And he will get a 4, so that will hit you. And you will take... what does a knife do?
Minus
D6
1.
minus 1.
All right. You'll take 3 points of damage. As he cuts you.
It's not right there, but.
We are also we can use Night's Black Agent's skill or cherry. So if you have weapons at 8 or higher, you can go again if you want. But that's up to you.
My
That's
8 or
the-
higher is I gain stability back
Okay.
from having my weapon.
Okay, well then you can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. These aren't monstrous enough that you have to need stability checks yet. So you two can go, and then the last one.
Did they both attack though?
Only one did. The other one's on the
okay.
other side.
All right.
You attacked, then it attacked because it got into melee range, and then they get to attack as a pistols, and then the last one will attack.
Okay, I'll shoot
used
the
that
same
a
one that I
lot
shot
of
last
times.
time.
Okay, that's number
And
1.
give it 2 points. So 6
6 barely hits. Omri's in melee with it.
and 2.
2. All right. Is that taking 5? It's still up. It's still going.
Plus 4.
So go ahead and give me a attack roll, or assume you're going to shoot
yeah.
the other one.
Sorry, I was figuring something out.
Yeah.
Yeah, adding 1. Oh. 6.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
5.
5. All right. It is heavily wounded. It's
Constipated
barely
next door
staggering
works
to
for
you. It will spend 2 to attack you because it really wants you dead.
Okay.
And it will totally hit you.
Sad.
Yeah. And it will do 4 points of damage.
Is it storming?
No,
It's just a fog. Okay.
Yes, it's just a fog right now. All right, so meanwhile, back at the ritual. So are all of you spending a point?
Yes.
Okay.
So astronomy?
Astronomy will work. I would allow that.
Occult.
Occult will definitely work. If you use Cthulhu Mythos, that will work, but it will cost a point of
well.
sanity.
Yeah.
Law?
No.
So
This is not John Dee style magic.
I tried.
No.
So investigative abilities are just the academic ones.
No,
They're
any of it.
everything that's not a general ability.
Oh, good.
Yeah, technical.
Interrogation?
No. This is,
Bargain.
no.
Once again, not John Dee
I
style
would fight for the
magic.
interrogation because we're handling the occult. He's making the nap on astronomy, and Sean's over here screaming, "Who are you? Wake up!"
Screaming. A
If you have
critical part of every
anything,
ritual.
actually, if you have any general abilities related to mechanical repair or electrical repair, anything like that, or engineering, architecture,
Nope.
let's see here.
Engineering's not a thing.
Okay, yeah, well, mechanical repair. So,
Yeah.
Offer Nyarlathotep a deal with the DA.
yeah.
Would I be able, I know if I already spent a point,
Reduce
but would I
sentence.
be able to spend more points of dreaming for at a cost of stability or sanity?
No.
Okay.
You're fully committed.
Okay.
Do you have,
Cthulhu Mythos.
yes, you can definitely use that.
Okay, I'm spending my Cthulhu.
All right,
Mythos
that will
points.
cost you a point of sanity.
What else?
All right. As you have a vision, the person you are seeking works in the ship. He is in the bowels of the ship. He is deep below in the engineering. It is
Earlier, he hid guns in a place.
no, it's not him. It's actually somebody who works on the ship, not a passenger. You can see a person in a uniform.
It was the steward that hid the guns, wasn't it?
No, he was a passenger, lower
My
class
bad.
passenger. Yeah,
Room 84?
yeah. He is asleep in one of the main engine compartments. You can't tell exactly where, and things are the ship, but you can realize the ship itself is shifting because of the Dreamland's influence on it. So it's becoming a monstrous realm of steam vents and moving blades and things of that nature. And things are starting to crawl.
It's Howl's Moving Castle.
Yes. So you can stop the ritual now if you want, and that will be it. Or you can keep going to get more
we need
information,
more information.
or even try and change the layout of it. You can try and influence it because.
Oh God, yeah. Actually,
Anyways, but that will be
dreaming,
your
I can-
decision. Do you want to end it or continue?
Dream. I'm a dreamer. I can possibly help shift it. To,
I have more gas in the tank.
yeah. So we'll keep this going.
Okay, so back to combat. As you can see, the two that you were fighting are howling out, and you can hear something coming down the hallway. Heavy footsteps, wet, water splashing. Something's coming. But for this round, you can fight.
Yeah.
So, Omri, you can go and make your attack roll.
Okay. I will spend 2, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Now the wrist.
Can I spend a point of dreaming?
Yeah.
I'll imagine myself behind him.
All right. You can do that. You can hit. Everyone looks. Omri flanked him. Omri flanked the intruder somehow.
She had its advantage on her attack roll.
Yes. So go ahead and roll damage. All right.
6.
You skewer him. The first one is dead. Let's see here. Margot, what are you going to do?
And I shoot the other one.
Yeah. It will be a higher difficulty because it's all up in Sulan's face.
Don't shoot me.
I don't want to shoot him.
No.
How close is he to me?
It's about 20 feet away from you. But Sulan's between you and it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll shoot, but I'll add 3 to it.
Okay.
But I won't.
You aim.
So 5.
5 total hits. That was the threshold. So
1.
that brings it down. It had 1 hit point left.
Excellent. Thanks.
So the thing rounds the corner, and you can see it. It is a human shape, but it is a fish head, claws, scales. It is a deep one. You all know, you have heard of it, you've read of these in books, you know that they dwell beneath the ocean, they worship a powerful being.
They produce double gold.
Yes, they produce double gold. So everyone give me stability checks.
Oh, man.
For
Those three.
Yeah.
Spin one.
I got one.
You make it?
I fail.
You fail? Alright. That's 4 stability.
Oh, man.
It's 3 fail.
Yes. It's 4 stability if you fail. Because it also begins to chant as its action. It is not good.
Oh god, I thought it would be moon beasts. Oh, I'm so relieved.
So it is chanting for its action. Omri, you can see that there is a slight shimmer around it. It is, and you've seen this before, it is protected from physical attacks, or at least from kinetic attacks. It has a defensive ward, flesh ward, you think it's called. So attacking it directly will probably not break its spell, or its chanting. But you all have one action before you can do anything.
Is it on the deck?
Yes, it is down the deck from you.
How good is dreaming?
It depends on how well you roll. So it is unpredictable.
Alright, I'm going to imagine lightning hitting it.
Okay, that is a very high difficulty.
I will spend 5.
Okay, make a roll.
7?
7. As you imagine that, one of the light bulbs actually shatters, and there is a short out, and it stuns it for this round. As it staggers, so the wiring on this floor has shorted out. So the lights go out, so you can only see from the dim.
So we're not on the deck.
You're out of the room, so
Okay.
like in the hallway. Like,
All right.
It's one of the outer facing ones. But a light bulb above it exploded and shocked it. It didn't hurt it, but it stunned it. So, Margot, what do you
So is it not flesh warded anymore?
You don't know. You don't know. You've never shocked one before. You don't know how that interacts.
Well, only way
So can
to
I
know
see
is
it-
by
see
charging
it
blindly.
all?
Yeah, you can see it. You made your stability check and failed.
No, I mean because of the light. Is it just the light above him? That's
The light above it. I mean, you can see its silhouette. The fog is actually unnaturally light. So there's must be like a moonlight reflecting down on it or something like that. So you
Or
can
we're
see.
pulling into Silent
Okay.
Hill. So
Yeah, basically.
And I'm assuming I don't know that it can't be hit.
You don't know.
Okay. Well, I think my reaction would be to shoot it then.
All right, go and shoot it.
I'll add a point. So 4.
4. That hits it. Roll damage.
Dreaming difficulty table for your
6.
joy and perusal.
6. All right, it staggers, and you see some sort of ooze fall from it. But it's still chanting. Sulan, what are you going to do? You know that means the flesh ward is gone with the ooze falling. That was the protective,
See.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I will also shoot.
All
I
right.
will add. How many will I add? I'll add 2. 5.
All right, that hits. Roll damage.
4.
All right, that finally breaks the spell,
Excellent.
and it staggers back, wounded. It roars out, and for its action, it ducks behind the hallway because it knows it doesn't have a ranged weapon now, and so it's going to retreat.
Run away.
So back to the ritual. You can either try and get more information about its location, or try and change the something about the underground maze.
actually, because are we in one of the staterooms right now?
Yeah, you're in Fuda's room. It's actually really crowded because there's a bunch of people in there.
That's fine. Can I change it to where at least the structure so the bathroom door now leads to the sleeping the cot of the sleeping crew member?
You can try.
So how many points can
That will be a dreaming roll.
Can we dump as many points as we want into it?
If you want, yeah.
So dumping 7,
Okay.
Making it happen, Captain.
doing it. 7, 12.
12. All right. So you do that.
Come to me.
Yeah.
Wobbly.
All of you give me athletics
Dreamy
checks.
weenie.
That I can do.
The floor disappears beneath you.
Oh shit.
I will add 3.
Yeah.
I will get 5.
I'll add 2.
Okay.
I'll add 3. Seems like a good day to add 3. To also
8.
get 5.
Okay. Do you want to catch on and not fall down, or you want to roll with the fall?
So
Roll with the fall.
Roll with the fall.
8, roll with a fall.
Okay. You?
Roll with the fall.
All right, all three of you fall down. You don't take any damage. The others do catch on.
See you later, guys.
Yeah, they catch on to the edge of the thing, and you can see the path is clear in front of you. So, yeah, good job. You're in front of. You see the boilers up ahead. They are roaring.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So, let's see here. You guys, you hear there's the sounds of something like falling, hitting something. You look back in the room. You see the floors turn into a massive pit. Yeah, and you can see them below you. It's not that far of a jump, actually. Yeah.
Want to go down there?
Seems legit.
Yes.
It's semi-safe.
All right.
We follow.
Wait, where did you break the lantern?
In that room.
This room.
Okay, I go down there then.
Yeah. So you head down, and you can see inside. You go in. The boilers are gargantuan. The room is like the size of an aircraft hangar.
Mechanical repair to turn the valve and calm the boilers down.
You can do that.
I'll spend 4 points.
All right. Probably a good
I
idea.
really want to use the mechanical repair.
Well, and
Boilers!
Yeah.
8.
All right. So you start to do that, and that's a good idea because you can see the dreamer is inside the boiler. He is unharmed by the flame. He is in the middle of there. So
It's a heck of a place to hide.
yeah, it should not be.
Props.
So while you're doing that,
Must have some incredible thermobaric
yeah.
protection.
But all of you, you in particular, since you're at the very bottom of the ship. There's just the hull and then the ocean below you. But something is approaching. You can feel its presence. It is coming towards you. It is fast. So your options are, well, what are you going to do? You can see the creature that awoke was alerted because of the glass is now coming towards you. So, yeah, you have and the dreamer's up ahead in the boiler, in the middle of it, in the fire. So you can't just rush up to him and
Are there any chains nearby?
He's in the fire?
Yes, he is somehow unharmed, but he is in the middle of the boiler itself is much larger than it should be. Yes, but there are chains. There are chains up, from the ceiling extending down to the floor for no reason, because it makes it look creepier.
I grab a chain.
All right, so you start trying to grab a chain, or it'll take you a turn to unlatch it. So while you're doing that, what about you?
Look around. Are there any? Forgot if they had any kind of fire retardant blankets back then. You
can dream one up.
They
I have no dreaming. I have no points left.
Yeah,
I have no points left, but I can just.
They used to wash their clothes with gasoline, man.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Since he, actually, in the same vein, because you were doing that one, I can help out with the mechanical repair roll.
Okay, that's great.
And see if I can speed that along. All 2 of my points, but
go ahead, make a roll.
That's what they're for.
All right. 5.
Okay. So you start working at it. It'll take you time.
You know, Ross.
Yeah.
Just bringing it up. I have 8 points in mechanical repair.
Yeah.
The cherry for that is once per scenario. I can have a roll go off instantly.
Oh, God damn it.
So retroactively, especially with help.
Okay.
I don't know. I only worked on engines. I don't really know
that
boilers.
valve.
Gotcha.
All right. So you turn it off. It'll stop the fire from generating, but it'll take time for it to cool down and everything. So because fire, you could turn it off, but you can't make fire disappear instantly. So,
Right.
That's more of a dreaming thing.
The heat.
Yeah,
not
the heat.
fire.
Yeah, the heat. So
There would have been ways to shut a boiler down and cool it down quickly on a ship. To prevent a massive fire or explosion, especially on an ocean-going vessel.
that will kill him. You do know that.
Well, he'll be done dreaming then.
Yeah,
that's
Isn't
fine.
that the point anyway? To
You
kill
don't. Well, you
Well,
can.
we don't know that.
Well, you do know that you can do that, but you don't know what the effect. If you kill him, that will have deleterious effects to the ship. as opposed to. Hold on. So you
As
guys are
opposed to
doing that.
waking
let me get everyone's action in. So
Well, that was my last thing.
yeah.
Would a loud
that's
noise
okay.
wake well? I would say loud noise.
Margot, up ahead you can see, you can hear, since I assume you're looking around the room looking for threats and that kind of thing, you can hear that there are footsteps, or there's a ladder or stairs leading down into the boiler. You can hear there's someone or something coming down the ladder, or the stairs, sorry. So the intruders are coming towards you. You can figure that out for free.
What exactly? I'm sorry, I don't know much about ships. What's this boiler like? Is it something with coal inside and the fire spring inside, or is it like a water?
It's a.
Like,
I mean, there's
is it
fire
water?
proximal to it, but it's a water boiler.
I'm imagining that big incinerator from the end of Toy Story 3.
Yeah, basically,
very
yeah.
similar.
Yeah. It's basically that. Lots of fire. Very.
Okay, because
Since it's a dream
The
boiler.
fire's out now.
Yeah.
Boiler.
I'm sorry. What did you
Is
say?
it cold though? Because if there's coal, wouldn't they have a shovel?
Yeah. There's.
Can I use the shovel to try to get him?
Yeah, you can grab a shovel and use that as a melee weapon. Yeah, if that's
I
what.
thought he was in the boiler.
Oh,
I need to
okay.
get him
She
out.
means-
The boiler is the thing is the boiler is
inside
much
of it.
larger than it should be because dreams. So,
So, like,
he's
how
too
far away? How far away is it?
Like 50 feet.
Well,
Yeah.
shovels don't.
Well, would a dream shovel work?
If you want to try dreaming untrained, yeah, you can try that.
Dream Shovel was the name I had.
Yeah, you start thinking. Give me a roll a
You
d6.
laughed when he said it.
Do you have any dreaming?
You did. I saw you laugh.
You can spend it if you want.
If you could get a real shovel, maybe it would be less to dream it longer.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining.
Okay, yeah,
I have a real
alright.
shovel, and I went to dream it like in Space Jam. And it's arms
Yeah.
My shovel is stretching out.
Make a roll.
Space Jam references. Why won't you die?
Can I dream Bill Murray inexplicably into
As
this
one of my
scenario?
He is a picture guy.
So I have 6.
With a 6. All right.
And shovel is to the rescue.
It starts extending outward. And
we just do it like a lever, pull him up, and then
yeah, you start.
She gets it!
Yeah, she gets it. You start. It starts stretching out towards him. So you'll be able to get him. It'll just take time to get to him.
And as I do that, I want to shout out that people are coming.
Yeah. So Sean, what does your character do?
Well, did we actually fully resolve Bill's?
No, yeah, he shut it off. I'll get to his action next.
Okay, good.
I'm just doing every one action per thing because this is an action scene.
So what exactly is he doing in the boiler? Just standing there unconscious?
He is like lying down, like he's actually on a bed.
He's sleeping because he's dreaming.
Yeah.
He's on a bed, though.
Yes.
What type of bed?
The type of the small kind of cot. Yeah, that crew would
So
have.
if I shot one end of it, it would fall and he might wake up.
Yeah, he might.
Okay. I want to shoot one end of the bed to see if he falls and wakes up.
All right,
give him
roll.
the kick.
You mean
I
like
will
the leg of
spend.
the cot?
Yeah, a leg of the cot. A joint on the cot, whatever.
Okay.
Spending 2. Rolling 8.
Okay, you shoot it. It falls. Actually, roll damage.
4.
All right. Was it? He is. He starts to stir. As he does, the ship starts tilting as he's waking up. So, Bill, what are you doing?
So at this point, how close can I get to him?
Well, he's in the middle of the boiler, so he's 50 feet away if you open the door to the boiler or the little thing. So, and it's still super hot in there.
Well, the door would already be open if I...
Oh, yeah, no, and open the door to get the shovel in. So it's open. It's just, 50 feet of hot. And he's starting to wake up.
Okay. I want to run up to him.
Okay.
And I have 8 points in hypnosis.
Okay.
Which means I can use it on unwilling
Okay, yeah.
people. As he's groggy and in that liminal state.
Yeah.
I want to put him in a hypnotic trance.
All right, give me an athletics check.
Okay.
Won't your feet burn?
I'll spend.
Oh, yeah,
3,
no, they totally will.
Okay.
7.
All right. Fortunately, they take half of that, so 3 damage.
Okay.
Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah.
Hot foot.
Your shoes are melting, and your clothes are singeing.
They're leather. They don't. No.
Yeah.
They singe.
Yeah.
They singe. So you get to him, and so next round you'll be able to try that. what is Sulan doing?
Any stupid tricks to cool this thing down would be much appreciated.
Can I look around and see? Can I use a point of something?
You can
Evidence
use dreaming.
to
You have that.
Can I dream up ice or water?
You could try.
The only issue, at least, maybe ice would be better only just because I can imagine the water producing super heated steam.
Think big. Dream that there's no oxygen.
The fire's
We'll be fine.
It's up to you. What do you want to do? Someone's coming down the ladder.
hated
Or the
that.
stairs.
Right.
Imagine there's no oxygen.
Well, I'm going to turn around and deal with whoever's coming down.
All right. So you see them. It's another one of the deep ones. This one's unwounded. And it has a trident in its hand.
Awesome.
And everyone roll a d6.
Oh, shit.
Can I also shoot this round? I got a 6.
You will go after it. It's faster.
5.
It's also spending more. Who got the lowest?
Bad guy.
It throws the trident at you.
That's a bummer.
Oh, God.
I have points of fleeing. Can I use that to evade?
What was your action last round?
To shoot the cot?
Yeah, you weren't looking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not facing that
That's
way.
how he
Can I, because I turned around and saw him first, can I yell? I would yell. Trident.
It's coming, yeah, but again, it's throwing. So
And he would say, what?
you get. He has to actually hit, so he's spending 2.
Okay.
And he rolls a 1, so he actually misses.
Yeah, because the threshold's 4.
Yeah, so thanks to the yelling, you actually don't get impaled.
You're welcome.
It embeds itself in the metal next to you.
And now he's disarmed.
He has another blade, but he can not a trident. But anyways, there's
That was
more
the
behind
first
him.
shot from the trident gun.
Yeah. Well, you got. Oh, actually, you know what? Guess who else can dream? Yeah. So
Fish people can dream.
Fish people dream of aquatic sheep.
anyways, it's bottlenecked.
Oh, my God.
You hear, all of you at this round begin to hear the metal buckle underneath, as though something was pushing up against the hull. Yes. Yeah.
Like that scene in The
Effects
Lost
tonight.
World.
Yeah.
At the end. On the
So there's something really just titanic underneath you.
An iceberg.
Yeah.
Ross loses
so-
a fate point.
I should. So, Henri, what is your action?
Well, I was going to try and get the dreamer out with the chain I got.
Yeah.
But she's got magic shovels. So
That's
I
better.
don't think that's going to do
You
anything.
do have a chain, and there's a deep one to.
Chain up the deeper.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I'll just probably throw a spear at
All right, throw that spear.
it. With my one remaining weapon point.
Put that spear back where it came from.
Hey, that hits.
5, yeah.
Roll d6. You can add 1 to your damage. Damn.
7.
All right, you heavily wounded. As
Spirit magic helmet.
the spear sinks itself deep into its abdomen. Good job. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Livia?
Is it still standing?
Yeah, it's still up.
Spending my 2 firearms points and trying to block it.
Okay.
6.
All right, roll damage.
All right. 6.
All right, it falls. Has everyone seen a deep one yet? Some of you guys haven't seen a deep one yet. So.
Looking the other way.
you
Looking the other way,
Feet are on
remember?
fire.
You said I was
Actually, do I need to
aiming and
make-
looking the other way.
but she yelled out, which is why you
He just flat out missed, Ross.
He did.
He rolled crappily.
he would have had a bonus to hit you if you weren't alerted to
Do I
it.
need to make a stability
Anyways.
check for that?
You need to make a stability check for that.
5.
All right, you're fine.
Would I need to make one?
You saw. Oh yeah, you haven't seen one.
I haven't seen. I've seen weird stuff in the Dreamlands, but I haven't seen this. So, it's 5.
All right. Yeah. No, you're fine.
Darlington's
Sushi is
sister.
sushi.
Yeah. So that's your action, Margot. You get him with the shovel as he is waking up, groggy, so you can start reeling him back in. Give me an athletics check though to balance him on your magical
Well, I
shovel.
wasn't balancing him. I was scooping him and then dragging him back across
Yeah.
the coals.
Uh,
So it's not like pure strength.
okay.
It's
I mean, I can still make athletics.
It's an awkward load, so he could fall
Okay.
off.
Well, he's using. kind of as a
I'll
pivot.
add a couple points.
2 points.
Yes.
Okay.
So 8.
Yeah, no, you are the.
You're scooping him like a
Newborn babe.
cat poop from a litter box of fire.
Yeah, that's all right.
A
Yeah,
poet.
a great poet. Sean, what does good lieutenant do? There, you can hear more of them coming. You could try and run and close the hatch, or you could get your gun out and ready to shoot whoever comes down.
I'm going to ready and shoot whoever comes down.
All right. So now, Bill, you can try and hypnotize him.
All right, I will spend 3 for 6, which beats difficulty 5.
Yeah. What are you hypnotizing him to do?
That's just to get the trance.
Okay. You get in the trance. You're in the zone.
So
Yeah.
the ship's not sinking anymore because he's asleep again.
Well, it was you were the only one who really noticed the room was beginning to shrink, like the boiler was beginning to shrink as I was going back to its normal proportions. But that stops.
Okay, it's all good.
Sulan.
Can I run over? If I help Margot, can we get him out of there faster? Like if both of us are working on it?
Well, he's being hypnotized right now, so you probably if he's moved further, he will
Just let him gently glide on the
yeah.
ship.
Okay.
He's an awkward load. You could come stabilize him.
Yeah, you could do that.
I'm not going in there.
Or you could just ready your gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can take 1 more point of damage from being sent.
Yeah, whatever.
So what are you doing?
I'm getting ready to shoot
All right.
whatever comes down.
Another deep one comes in. This one
Since both of us are ready, do we get a pot shot?
you do. Go ahead and make your rolls.
I will spend
2 for me.
This one is
6.
covered in a thick layer
Actually, I'm
of
only
clear
gonna spend one.
slime.
I rolled a 6.
Okay.
Yeah. 6.
Okay, you can roll damage.
6.
Okay.
1.
Okay. All right. The bullets sink into the clear slime. It looks at you. Yeah. It has a spear, not a trident, but it is going to probably charge the closest person to, I guess, would be Omri.
Good luck with that,
Yeah.
fishy man.
And there's another one behind it. So it gets a 6 to hit you. So 4 points of damage. Are you still above 1?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. As it stabs at you, it slashes at you. And another deep one is charging down. This one is also covered in clear slime. So anyway, what is your action? You realize you're going to get overwhelmed. There are many more intruders than you thought. Unless this...
Who still has a grenade?
Me.
Yeah. So what is your
On
action?
a ship.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about it.
Yeah. Like this closed room.
It's actually quite large, remember, because I get Dreamlands.
Yeah, but when
grenades
things go
on
back to
ships
the way they're
are still-
supposed to.
Yeah, it's probably, not good.
I mean, if I was on the top deck, maybe.
Yeah.
But even then, still no.
I think I guess I'll try and stab it.
Yep. Okay, you can do that. You do see that there is a hatch that you could, if you could get behind it, you could close to prevent more, to slow down any reinforcements. If you want to do that, there is also another way out. The pit basically is still.
We're all still in the boiler room, right?
Yeah, you're in the boiler room, so you can get out if you want to. But yeah,
But want to trap all of them in the boiler room with them, and I'll be on the safe on the other side of the hatch.
the hatch is on your side
Okay, so I should try and close the hatch.
if you want to. Yeah.
Okay,
right.
I'll try and close it.
All right, give me athletics check to duck and weave around it.
I will spend 3.
All right.
4.
Okay. You get behind him. You start closing the hatch. Next round, you'll have to make another check to slam it shut on the deep one that is coming towards you. So, what does Livia do?
Since I'm seeing that he's closing this,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Would it? Also, looking on that door too, is there a locking mechanism on that?
It's a hatch. The air, the watertight.
Oh,
thing.
the air hatch. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just run over there to help him
All right.
push that.
You have to
close.
get past the deep one. So, give me a athletics check.
Okay. So I'm spending 2 more on that. Yeah, 8.
All right, yeah. In fact, with an 8, and Omri already started, you slammed the hatch shut. Margot, you rolled really well last time, so you can just keep reeling him in. He's almost to the door now, the boiler.
Is this what you did
You're
with
taking like an Ambien or something.
Yeah.
Is this what my brother was?
Well, he got hypnotized again, so he's still asleep. So that's your action. Sean, there's one deep one. He seems to have some sort of protoplasmic slime shield around him.
So shooting won't work.
The bullets seem to sink into it. Maybe enough bullets and it'll dissipate. But
Can you dream things?
you can try dreaming. You've seen other people use it, so you could try it now.
I don't have any points of it, though.
Oh.
Yeah, but you can always roll.
Oh.
You've been to the dreamlands.
I'll dream that the fish man is spatchcocked. 5.
Okay. You see a steam pipe next to him explode, and he's scalded by that. That burns some of the shielding off. But he's still near the door along with you two. So
Son of a bitch.
both of you take 3 points of damage. So
How much did the fish man take?
he took 3 points of damage too, but it burned off a lot of his shield. So
Which means I can shoot him next.
yes. So Bill, what are you trying to do?
Post-hypnotic suggestion.
Yeah.
When he wakes up, he does whatever's necessary to banish whatever's
Okay.
on the ship.
Give me a roll.
All right. Normal difficulty's 4, so I'll spend 4
Okay.
for 7.
All right. He seems to take to it very well, so you can wake him up next round. Melissa, you can take a shot.
Okay. I'm spending my last one, and I get a 4.
All right, a 4 will hit him.
Okay. 5.
All right, that actually hurts him. Ah! He does not scream very manly. He's,
Scream like a little girl.
well, maybe he's a fish lady. You can't really tell. I mean,
Yeah,
We do enjoy the fish parades.
Yeah.
Father made it.
So he might be a species of fish that gender
the
reassigns
merchant
itself. You don't know. So at this point, the entire ship starts shaking as the pressure starts, as whatever's underneath you realize it's grabbing it from the sides and starting to push the ship inward. So things start falling from the ceiling. So everyone, give me an athletics check.
I'll spend 2
Yeah.
and get 6.
Spend 1.
4.
4.
Okay. You take 3 points of damage as a piece of metal hits you on the head.
Bonk.
On the head.
Yeah.
What did you get?
A 4.
Alright, got 4.
All right. The fish man takes one. He takes a point of damage. A piece of metal hits him in the head. If things are going bad. So, Caleb, the fish man, you can now wound him. The shield has been burned off by hot steam.
I'll try and stab him with my fishman knife.
All right.
4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, there we go.
Roll damage. All right.
Is it -1?
Yep.
So 4.
All right, that will actually put him down between that and the steam. He falls down, and you can hear something slamming on the other side of the hatch, but they won't be able to get in just yet. The ship will probably tear itself apart before then, so you're safe on that.
Yeah, ships aren't
Until
real.
then, so.
Yeah, ships aren't real. Anyway,
Is there still another fishman in here?
no.
Okay.
We're safe for now.
You managed to close the door before he got through.
Okay. I'm going to run over and help them pull
Okay.
the
So
sleeping man out of the fire.
Slap that man awake.
Yeah.
Slap him as is your family.
I assume Bill just tells him to wake up. So, Bill, are you... Yeah, he awakes. So, everyone, you need to make one last athletic check to get back in as the boilers start shrinking rather fast.
Oh, no.
Spend 1.
8.
I have 2 left.
3.
Yeah.
5.
No one rolled a natural 1, right? And
No.
didn't spend any points.
I rolled a natural 6.
Okay. What was... everybody got at least a 4 about it?
3. I've got a 3.
You got a 3? All right. Fortunately, you only take 2 points of damage as one of the pipes just just slams into you, and as it's taking its real place.
Excuse me, this is my place.
Yes. The man you recognize is the purser, and he does have the Innsmouth look, but you are all cannot quite explain. But
feet.
yeah, but they there are crewmen rushing about trying to put out fires and fixing leaking pipes and that kind of thing. Looks like the ship hit something or there's some sort of catastrophe, but no one really notices you, so you can
Limp out.
yeah, and there's an open door leading up, so all of you escape. Fortunately, so you limp out.
I demand the purser bring me my steak knives, as I requested.
He looks
Forgot
quite
all
confused.
about it.
You actually
Sleeping on the job.
You actually feel your sides, and you realize there are actually 6 steak knives and a bandolier wrapped around you. Yes.
I dive into the ocean and swim to my next adventure.
With your aquatic friend.
I heard a geologist did this!
So you managed to get up there. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with the Count? It seems he is being misled or manipulated by sinister forces.
I explained this to the people of credit rating enough to get his attention.
Okay.
And,
Actually, I could probably also just, with using my credit rating, say that
Do you have reassurance?
reassurance? Yes, I do.
All right. With the reassurance bend, you can convince him that he is being manipulated by opportunity.
I've talked to my father, and he said the people that are wanting to finance your expedition are rather shady. They actually are supporters of the Bolsheviks. So they're just going to give the land to Lenin.
He is quite grateful that you have saved him from such a misadventure. He says he will be decamping to Shanghai to reassess what he should do next to retake Mother Russia. But if he ever needs your help, if he never needs his,
we'll see him again for the Shanghai trip.
Yeah. He would be glad to repay you. The purser, and you also see the priest being led away in handcuffs. It turns out he had made some sort of attack. He tried to kill the Count, but because his compatriots lost their weapons, he was forced to try to attack him alone.
So you were interesting.
Yes, but you disarmed him. But you had nothing to do with that. So. You've thwarted yet another plot of the Crawling Chaos, and as the ship slowly pulls into Sydney, you have another dream, and there's you see Splendid says, "Well, there's another matter for you to take care of. The timeline. Something
like how
about
my cat just gives me fucking orders.
Well,
So it's like real life.
it's more, it's easier to deal with Splendid than, say,
Noted.
one of the Lamplighter's patrons.
Or night gaunts.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go off and be crazy somewhere.
Or hunting
Yes.
horrors.
So you have to
They don't
reconnect. So that was the Mauritania. We'll pick up Australia next week. And so questions, comments. How'd you guys like that?
No, it was a lot of
I
fun.
was glad
So-
we don't have to go to Mongolia.
Yeah.
No, that
Oh,
was
that's
just...
That was a red herring.
in the original adventure, the Count is in there, but he's going to Poland and then to start a revolution in Russia. So, he's on his way to run some sort of counter-revolution to retake. Of course, the scenario says it's doomed to fail, but you can save him from Bolshevik assassins and that kind of thing. And
Bolshevik robot assassin?
yes, and what else? So yeah, the Count is in there. The scenario is kind of interesting because there's a lot of things. They literally have one paragraph. There could be a Jack the Ripper serial killer on this ship. He just kills people. Work with that. A lot of these Call of Cthulhu adventures from the early 80s. This is from 1983 or 4 or something. It's literally there's another one in the same book. This is from Cthulhu Casebook, where it's literally you're hired to investigate some sounds near Arkham. It turns out some elder things came through a time gate to escape the Shoggoths, but the Shoggoths chase after them, and suddenly there's dinosaurs in Arkham, and Shoggoths and elder things. Go kill them all. Or not. It's like a 2-page adventure. It's yeah.
Well, you guys will play that adventure eventually.
Yeah.
Along with every other published Cthulhu
Arkham Dinosaur one.
Yeah.
as you take the long way around the barns of Nyarlathotep.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's I wanted to give Omri at least one chance to meet the main crew and have a chance to play yourself.
Hi, everybody.
Yes. You guys can role play your last minutes before you separate and go your separate ways. As I use the restroom, but yeah,
That's okay.
yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.